Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground. Shit.
Radio Underground, episode 204. We are known for our new metal reputation in the new metal community.
Prowess.
So we decided to play Seven Dust.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
I know.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Well, yeah, that video,
It's a good song.
I haven't heard it in like 20 years, I think.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Yeah.
it
What was his name? Lejean?
Lejean.
Yeah, Lejean.
Lejean.
And then I remember they came to Detroit like 4 times a year. They toured so much. They were here so much, it was almost like they were a local band.
Yeah.
They literally, he said they toured 300 days a year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Seven Dust is at Harpo's again.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
This is the first time since May. And it's like, it's July.
They're back.
All right.
But yeah, I don't even know if they're together anymore or not.
I really don't know.
I know they had that giant new metal fest that like had pretty good nostalgia. Like every new metal band there was.
Was that in Vegas last summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it had everyone listed.
It's a pretty good lineup. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, because what's your favorite new metal band? They were there.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Like even like the lesser known ones like Flaw were there.
And Soil.
Yeah. Every one of them was there. So, but yeah. So
It says they're still together.
are they really?
That's what it says.
Interesting.
It says, yeah.
Well, he's doing nothing wrong, minding
Yeah.
his own
It
business.
says they're still together. Most of the members are still original.
That's cool. You don't get that a lot.
Well, there's like a couple past members, but I don't know if they're like, maybe they were early on too. So,
Interesting.
yeah, it looks like they took a break
Yeah.
for a little bit. But
Oh.
yeah, it looks like they've, yeah. Do fact, they're all original.
Good.
Like they had a guy that was a rhythm guitar player for a few years in between, probably for touring.
Yeah.
And then there was some dude that was originally in the band that like didn't even make it when they were, like he was out early.
Got tired of touring
Wow,
300
that's
days a
impressive.
year,
That's impressive though. To stay together. I mean, it's not a
putting more miles in than fucking professional wrestler.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's true.
speaking of professional wrestlers, we got a couple dethrones to do.
Oh, yeah.
Now, pro wrestlers typically don't live long because of all the miles, all the pain pills,
Yeah.
steroids, all that. But Ole Anderson did live. I think he was about 78.
Yeah, he was up there, 1942.
He lived quite a while.
Yeah.
So
Dude, that's 80 years old.
yeah, so here's
82.
No, maybe, I'm
81.
sorry, maybe it's 46. I don't know. I didn't do any math.
he's up there.
Oh.
About 80, give or take. which
He's
is a-
between 75 and 80. Let's say that.
So here's for Ole. And since Ole was known to be kind of a racist behind behind the scenes, we might as well give a shout out to Michael Virgil Jones, who played a slave.
No, he's a valet, man.
Yeah, but Virgil passed away, so here's for
Oh, really?
Virgil. Yeah,
Vincent.
Yeah.
Virgil Vincent.
He was the $1 Million Man's dude, right?
He's valet.
He used to flip the
not a
money out.
slave.
It wasn't until I older you'd start watching it and you're thinking, wait a second. He's not really a valet, is
Until
he?
he tried to get off the plantation.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a man. Remember that?
Yeah.
that
Dude,
scene?
he's young.
Yeah, he had
62.
some strokes and stuff and dementia and
Yeah.
It
all
cu-
recently too.
It culminated with the big C though.
Yeah.
He got sick.
Ole Anderson, not that he was part of it, but it made me think, man, I watched that Iron Claw movie.
Oh, did you?
That's a knee slapper.
Yeah, hilarious, isn't it?
It was like, because they basically wrote out the lessest known of the Von Erich brothers. Chris, I think.
They didn't have Chris in it.
No, they kind of combined his character with one of the other ones and kind of just like, we only need 3 to die because the 4th is going to be or 5 actually, because the oldest one was the first one to die when he was like 6
Yeah, Jackie Jr. died in got electrocuted
and fell into
fell in
like
a
Niagara
puddle.
Falls or something.
I fell in a puddle and drowned.
Cheese and rice.
Yeah, and he was
So-
only like 6 years old.
That's how it started. So that was Fritz because his real name was Jack.
Yeah.
That was Jack Jr.
Yep.
And he died like as a child.
So Kevin was the oldest living.
Yeah.
He's the only one left.
David supposedly ate himself to death. Can relate.
Yeah.
I've came close.
Yep.
A couple times.
Mike.
Mike had toxic shock syndrome.
Yep.
And he was pretty athletic, but he got toxic from a surgery.
Yeah.
And he was fucked up and realized he'd never be as good as his
Oh.
brothers because of his health problem. Then he got depressed.
And then he killed him.
He selected himself.
That was watching the movie. That was the worst one because the dude like was basically just his brain went because whatever when he had the shoulder surgery, then he got the 107-degree fever, toxic shock, and then he ended up being basically half brain dead. Couldn't play his guitar anymore. He's a musician and stuff. He couldn't do anything, and that was probably the most depressing one because you watched him and he was like playing music and doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden they show him and he's like he can't even remember his name. He can't remember how to write his name and shit.
Which one was that?
That was David.
Oh,
No, not
wow.
David. Mike.
Mike.
David was the first adult one to die.
That was one that died in Japan.
Yeah.
Who they said he had enteritis or something, but Bruiser Brody supposedly hid his drugs and stuff before the authorities got there.
Yeah, David. Again, allegedly, because no one, it wasn't found, but supposedly Bruiser Brody, who's also dead,
Yeah.
hid the drugs because he didn't want to tarnish the reputation. He said, "This will help no one. Let's just
Yep. Let's
get rid
don't
of
worry
it."
about
And so,
And then Chris was like the smallest and youngest and less known of all of them. They just basically said, we don't need him in the movie.
yeah, he went to do a drop kick, and Kevin said that when he landed, his elbows he had like the weak bones.
He was born with weak bone syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, so he was, but he still fought his way in, but he's only like 5'4".
Yeah,
He was a really small guy. Wasn't built well.
No.
So there was like, we don't need him in the movie, you know?
Yeah, but I got to check the movie out though.
It was good.
Did it give it the proper darkness?
It did, and they messed with some of the dates a little bit. That was the only thing I noticed because I'm reading about it. And it's like showing the stuff happen. I'm like, wait, I know that happened after, and in this, so they kind of played with the timeline a little bit, and then they had like some matches that happened later. They had them happen earlier.
Yeah, they did that with the Motley Crue one too.
So they changed a little bit, but it was still really well done. Fucking Zac Efron. Zac Efron's one of those guys. When I first saw him and he was in the fucking High School Musical movies and shit, I'm like, this dude's never gonna have a career after
You
this.
saw him in that?
I have kids, man. I have kids, and he was in like
no
that
excuse.
17 again, which is like
Yeah.
A
Oh,
re-
you mean when all of a sudden, bam, two people switch bodies and one's an adult now and the other one is
actually that one he just became a younger version.
They
of
need to
himself.
make a movie like that.
Oh,
Matthew Perry, and then all of a sudden he became Zac Efron because they look a lot alike.
oh, so much. Yeah.
But I saw that, I'm like, this guy, I don't know. I don't think he's ever gonna have a career. And then all of a sudden when he became an adult, I fucking like him a lot.
Yeah,
He's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
He's a pretty cool guy. And he
Yeah.
actually did well. So in that movie though, The Iron Claw, he is really good. I do not
And
know
he
how
plays Carrie.
Kevin.
He plays
Oh,
Kevin.
he plays Kevin. Bye.
He plays Kevin.
Okay.
Um,
And Carrie
fucking-
Von Erich died too.
Yeah, he selected as well.
and a lot of people,
Right.
I didn't realize this until I was a lot older, but he didn't have the bottom part of his leg. Gary didn't have a leg.
No,
He wore a prosthetic in his boot.
And he basically the second part of Carrie's career, even when he went to the WWE,
Yeah.
he didn't have a foot.
No, he didn't. Roddy Piper said he was one of the only people that actually saw him without his boot on because he always wore it. They said he'd wear it in the shower sometimes because he didn't want people to see his foot.
Yeah,
But
So it was just a foot?
it was basically, from here down was gone.
Most of his foot was gone. He basically had an ankle and an arch,
And they
kind of
said-
an arch.
Wow.
We had a motorcycle accident because he used to drive it sort of fast
Oh.
and he used to do drugs. Anyways, he
I don't see any problem with either one of those.
No.
Mixing
he ended up
them
messing
together
it
or
up. They
anything.
fixed it and everything, and he tried walking too soon, messed it up more. It got infected, and he lost it.
Then he mixed it with firearms later.
Yeah, that was that was another tough part. But it was Efron was really good. You said it before it came out. didn't know why he wasn't playing Carrie.
Because he was the most
Because
specimen. Yeah.
he's huge. They're all small men, though.
And he got jacked for the movie. Like, I mean, he's already a pretty good size.
Well,
But he got jacked for that movie.
Well, David was 6'7",
Yeah.
and the other two were 6'3". They were big dudes.
Zac Efron is 5'8".
yeah, right.
The guy who played Carrie, Jeremy Allen White, who's from The Bear, is like 5'6". So they have all these small guys playing these tall people.
Yeah.
They did a good job, though. It was really well done.
They all should have been playing Chris.
I think that the tall people should protest this and
Yeah,
say
they
that
should.
you're not inclusive. You're not picking
Anti-
tall people. You're not picking tall people to play the parts.
They're short washing.
Well, what I know,
Yeah, you're short watching.
he kind of had a Kevin look, but he kind of looked like Carrie also. And the guy that played Carrie looked a little bit like Carrie. The other ones, the pictures I saw, they look close enough. The guy they had playing Ric Flair did not look that much like Ric Flair, but he did have the mannerisms down.
Wasn't it MJF, the wrestler?
No, he was in it. He played
Short
one
washing.
of the missing Von Erich. They had like the Von Erich family that came along later, and some of them weren't actually family.
Oh yeah, Lance. He played
yes.
Lance. Yeah.
But he did a lot of the executive. He basically helped tutor a lot of people in the wrestling. So did Chavo. Chavo was the biggest.
What up, Tay?
Hey, what's up, man?
Whoa.
Chavo Guerrero played the Sheik.
That's
also.
awesome.
Yeah, it's like, wait a second.
Well, you're brown. You're going to be the Sheik.
You're the Sheik, but he's also like a technical director.
No, I know he
teaching how
helped
to
the
do
guys
stuff.
wrestle, and
I mean, they could have found the whitest dude in Hollywood and just painted him brown like they used to do.
Yeah, they should have. That's true. It was good. It was really good. The movie itself was
I'm the great Khan.
pretty good, but Zac Efron was very good.
Or
He helped. He basically, because he's in it from beginning to end. He's basically the bridge for the whole movie. He did a great job. But we're watching it.
Yeah, he
and-
played the only living character.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. They show him getting married, meeting the lady, and everything. Still married to the same lady 40 some odd years later.
Now, I have to ask you this though: did they have the scene where after all the brothers had offed themselves?
Yeah.
Now Kevin told the story. I wonder if it's in the movie where the dad pulls a gun on Kevin and says, "Are you gonna fucking do it?" Like basically, he's so traumatized by his son's killing himself.
Yeah.
He's like threatening to kill him so he doesn't kill himself.
No, they didn't do that.
But he said, my dad pulled a gun on me.
Yeah.
And said, are you going to fucking do it too? And, because his dad's just so used to his sons. And he said, Dad, no, I'm not going to do it.
No, he had kids at that point. He'd been happily married. I think he had a lot more holding him down than the other ones did.
I think a big thing that saved Kev's life, he got out of wrestling.
Yeah, he
got
sold
out.
off. Well, that's when his dad stopped talking to him at one point
Yeah.
because he sold it to Jerry Jarrett.
Yeah. He was like coked out of their brain.
Yeah.
He was talking about them.
In the movie, Jerry Jarrett said to him, he's like, your dad called me. He's like, oh, did he? He's like, yeah. He said he tried to talk me out of buying it from you and stuff. And I said, man, Fritz, you're crazy. I'm going to buy it. What the hell you want to hold on to it for? It's losing money. It's like, if you buy it from him, I'm never going to talk to him again. He's like, well, I guess you're never going to talk to him again. And they didn't talk for a while. I guess they did.
Coked out of their brain.
But Kevin did try to, in the movie, strangle Fritz because he blamed him. And then Fritz is like, he's like, you're the one who's supposed to take care of your brothers.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
a nice
whoa.
thing to say.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was I don't know what my family expected. I don't know if they thought there was like gonna be some heartwarming stuff in it. I'm like, this is a true story.
Yeah.
None of it was good.
That's why it's so bad.
Kevin
there was
stopped-
nothing heartwarming at the end.
No, it wasn't. Kevin stopped
Kevin's
living
alive. That's the
That's it.
heartwarming. Yeah.
He stopped living with his wife and kids at one point because he didn't want to curse them.
Yeah.
She had 2 babies at home and he wouldn't go home.
Oh, Ross and the other kid.
Yeah, because he didn't.
They're pro wrestlers, by the way.
Yeah. He didn't want the bad luck to rub off on his kids, so he just stopped being around them.
Wow.
He was sleeping at the sportatorium.
That I saw the interview with Carrie's daughter Lacey.
Yeah.
It's very pretty,
She
by
is.
the way.
She's
But
a wrestler.
And she wrestled,
Yeah.
and she was talking about her dad in an interview, and she starts crying because even people that aren't her family, she was real close with the Ultimate Warrior, Jimmy.
Oh yeah.
She starts crying, thinking about they're all like because she's drinking wine during the interview. It's like, literally all the men in her life, except her Uncle Kevin, are dead.
Yep.
Even though her dad's friends are dead.
They mentioned Hellwig in the movie just for a second. They're
Yeah.
talking about how your former one of the guys. I can't remember which one. Eric was a partner with him at one point.
I think it was Carrie.
Said your former partner did something like this, and he's like, yeah. And he said Hellwig, and I looked. I'm like, Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Yeah. So
Yeah.
It was not a heartwarming.
Yeah.
My wife cried at the end, near the end.
She's pretty hot.
Oh yeah, she's a decent wrestler.
Yeah, she could do backflips and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I think she's 6 foot tall.
Yep.
Yeah, 5'10", 155
She's
pounds.
6 foot wrestling tall.
She,
so-
She worked for Hannibal, Hannibal TV.
Oh yeah.
She would do interviews and stuff for him, but then she stopped.
She sounds perfect for me.
She yeah.
Yeah.
Good movie. You get a chance to watch
Big
it.
old cans.
Do it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Lots of wrestling in it. Ric Flair.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Harley Race is in it. He's a dick.
Did they do anything on Gino Hernandez or
No.
Chris Adams?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Gino passed away too.
The only people that were outside of their little circle that they wrestled with, they showed a couple people like they fought the Thunderbirds.
Fabulous Freebirds.
They did like a 6-man tag thing, beat them for the world. The best.
Fabulous Freebird. Terry Gordy.
Yeah. They
Michael P.S. Hayes.
actually the guy who played Michael P.S. Hayes probably looked the most like
The guy
the person they're playing. I don't know who was playing him. It was just some unknown. but-
no, the guy that was playing Carrie,
yeah.
the facial, the way he looked in his face, it kind of fit.
Yeah.
Like but he's so much smaller than Carrie.
He got in really good big shape for himself, but he wasn't in Kerry Von Erich shape.
Yeah.
It was not the same thing.
There's a picture of Kerry Von Erich with fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And he's bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
He was huge.
Huge.
500-pound bench presser. Probably could have went to the Olympics for discus.
Except we boycotted the Olympics that year.
Yeah.
Yep. That was part of the movie too. It's like you can't win. You can't do it.
Yeah.
But it was good. That was the only gripe I had, was that none of the guys were the right size. But I think they were just going more for like who can pull off the character itself,
Yeah.
They did a good job.
Well, as Trey says, you got to give leeway
Yeah, there's got to be leeway.
because you can't enjoy anything.
That's why the Ric
otherwise.
Flair guy, I was like, oh God, I'm having trouble with him because he didn't really look like him, but he did do a decent job with the mannerisms, the voice a little bit. The voice wasn't perfect, but it was okay. You want somebody who could bring in the character itself. So I get it, but you're not going to find somebody that looks like everybody. It doesn't happen in movies.
So there's a lot of people that believe that had David lived, he would have been huge.
David
Because-
was probably the most well-rounded of all of them.
Yeah, because he could be a bad guy. He got mad at his dad and went to Florida. Instead of being the big hero, he was the bad guy. He did the heel. down there.
Better talker than any of them.
Yeah, he was.
Had the size.
So yeah, 6'7".
6'7". Maybe not as muscular, obviously, as the brother, but
Yeah.
still, he was the best. And he kind of showed up Kevin at one point in the movie because Kevin wasn't what you've known as a good talker. He was a little, he wasn't good at all.
No, Kevin was.
He was a very good wrestler.
Kevin was great in ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wasn't. His size would woo you.
His
Yeah.
size didn't woo you, no.
Yeah.
Didn't. So yeah.
So two of them brained themselves, right? Killed themselves.
3.
3 shot themselves.
Chris.
Yep.
Mike.
Yep.
And Carrie.
Oh.
Yep.
3 of them.
In the movie, they only showed 3
Yeah.
dying, but 4 of the older brothers died.
But no, David died in Japan.
Basically an overdose.
They say
Yeah.
it probably an overdose, but they claimed he just overate, which a young guy can't overeat himself.
He
to
was,
death.
yeah. Even in the movie, he had something going on because he was.
I've tried and it doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But it was so basically they cut out one of the deaths in the movie, but there
Which
were
was Chris was pretty.
yeah, he wasn't like the other ones,
Yeah.
He never made it as a wrestler really at all. So
Well,
No.
I mean, those guys were wrestling when I was watching a
Yeah.
lot of them. So I
I
remember them. I didn't know a Chris, but I remember a few of them, and I remember when I remember that.
Now, Mike probably of all of them, I could maybe understand Mike's depression because at one point he was athletic like the other two.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't anymore.
Right.
So he was, basically half brain dead, couldn't play guitar. Like Brian said, he couldn't play guitar anymore. He's probably like, dude, fuck this.
Yeah. What
he's like,
happened to him?
He's the one who
Toxic shock.
Yeah.
But it happened in the ring. He broke his shoulder in the ring. At least in the movie. I don't know. I didn't look that up to see if it was true, but I think it was. He was in the ring. He wanted to do a kick, and when he landed, he busted his shoulder. And he's screaming. They stopped the match, and it actually panned out. And they showed at this point they were already losing territory. Vince had already started moving in and taking other people's territory, so they didn't have a whole big audience. And it was like, uh-oh. And then they take him to the hospital. It was like, yeah, he spiked a fever, 107. He got toxic shock. His brain's messed up.
That was in Israel, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was.
But yeah,
A little bit more creative license there.
But they, the funny thing is, they were hugely popular in Israel.
Yeah.
And the dad's gimmick was a Nazi.
Yeah.
When he was young.
Yeah.
But by that point, he was redeemed himself and wasn't a Nazi anymore. And wasn't.
There was a few parts where I'm watching. I'm like, yeah, this.
And
part's
they actually aren't even German. Their last name's Atkinson.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Yep.
They're like Texans, aren't they?
Just Texan wasp, big old raw bone cowboys.
Right.
But it was good. I can see why I got so much acclaim. It was well done. Originally he did have in the script, he did have Chris. He had everything in it. It was it would have been like over a 3-hour movie. He's like, I can't make a 3-hour wrestling movie.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's.
Sorry,
I gotta watch it.
I gotta cut the most, the least important one out.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I know he killed himself, and
But
I know he was important to you, but he's not to Hollywood. So,
But they get a lot of the time frames in movies. You got to
welcome back, cuz.
they did it with the movie Foxcatcher.
Yeah.
In the movie Foxcatcher, the Schultz brothers were there on the Foxcatcher farms together for quite a while, but Mark said that we were never there at the same time because they didn't need two of us to train everybody. They, one time it was me, and then it was my brother. They didn't have a need for both.
One day I'm going to have to watch that movie. I always
It's
forget
really
about it.
dark.
Oh yeah.
Very dark.
Yeah.
Again, another thing where a brother, whatever, everybody knows he's dead. But I don't know why I'm not spoiling anything. Yeah, did you know? Yeah, Dave Schultz was murdered by John DuPont. Don't mean to ruin
What?
it for you. And that you
Kidding me.
Yeah, even though it was a huge news story back in the day.
Dude, that's about fucking. They go to DuPont.
Yeah.
They fucking wrestle for him and shit.
Yeah.
The
Fucking
story's like
weirdo.
35 years old.
Yeah.
And John DuPont developed schizophrenia.
Yeah.
And basically thought everyone was like they were out to conspiring against him.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
what it
somebody
was is that the only thing they had a problem. They liked him until he fucking got schizophrenia, started acting crazy.
Somebody was talking about it. Somebody was just talking about it.
Yeah, the
where
Titanic sinks. Yeah.
I can't remember where I heard it.
But
But
seen the
because
Passion.
Steve
how that ends?
Steve Carell was in it, right?
Yes.
Right.
He played
okay.
DuPont, I believe.
Yeah, he played John DuPont.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler. Oh,
What?
Titanic sank.
You kidding me?
Oh, not according to the TV show Supernatural.
Such a good episode.
An angel
Balthazar,
hates the Celine Dion song, so he raises the Titanic so that it never happens. And they're like, who the hell? They're asking, well, who the hell is Celine Dion? He goes, a destitute singer in Quebec.
It was a good episode.
Someone brought up a good point though. I saw it in a comment section,
Uh-huh.
and it had nothing to do with the actual place, but he brought it up, and I was like, you know what? You're right. You notice that nobody gets lost in the Bermuda Triangle no more?
Never.
Right. What happened to
What
Bermuda?
happened to it?
Did it disappear?
I think that Wi-Fi got rid of it. Got rid of the vortex.
Maybe
Well,
it did.
It's crazy because
Since there's been Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
I haven't heard
about
of
20 years, give or take, right?
Man,
Yeah, I mean,
it
yeah.
was like how many times a year was somebody getting fucking lost in that Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah, you're right. You don't hear a lot about the Bermuda Triangle.
I don't hear
anymore.
anything. I don't know.
Anything. In fact, if you watch any of those investigative shows, like researching like the paranormal and all this other weird stuff in the world,
They don't even cover it.
no, all the stories are like pre-1980. It seems like there's nothing after then for the Bermuda Triangle.
The last time I heard about it was Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in that Cessna.
Oh yeah.
It might have been 87.
So
would
it
have
was
been
still 30 years ago.
The last guy to die there. 1987.
Maybe we don't even hear about it anymore because it's so inconsequential.
But according to his radio transmission, remember he was claiming what happened was he was looking on the island at a different time. That's why because he said there's no runway. What am I supposed to do? And the claim was there was no runway. He was there, but not at present day.
Gotcha.
That's true. Kids don't fall in wells anymore.
No.
either.
No wells.
And you know what else? Whatever happened every time anybody went to Hawaii or they went to like some other country, the family would always end up in quicksand.
There's
what
no
the
quicksand.
fuck? What the fuck happened to all the
When
quicksand?
I was a kid, I thought quicksand would be a much more prevalent problem when I was an adult.
Quicksand humor was everywhere.
But
Everywhere.
I coped with it by just assuming it was somewhere out in the desert
Yeah.
because of like Beastmaster
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
and Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
I just thought you had to be in an arid climate, so I didn't have to really.
It's
like
true.
reptiles. I didn't have to worry about it in Michigan.
Yeah, but then the Princess Bride was in the forest.
Yeah, that's true.
right. And then like the Brady Bunch. I mean, they were like in Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking of something like quicksand. It's basically just a bog,
It is just a bog.
and like they're like here's how you. And they actually had tutorials how to get out of quicksand. I'm like I've never sank more than the most I've ever sank is like maybe 6 inches.
Into the mud, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get into something that goes deep enough to drown.
I don't know if you remember this or not. You probably do. But growing up, across the street from Frank and over,
yeah,
like 2 houses, they built a house when we were kids.
Mm-hmm. I remember
So,
it.
you know, the across the street is a 2-story house, and he has an empty field on either side of his house. Then they built one of those little tiny ranches.
Yep, I
And
remember.
they dug out the
We partied
basement
in
and everything. And me and Frank, because we're smart, went down there on a plank after it rained a bunch. And we got stuck. Well, we didn't get stuck. I had trouble climbing out, but also our feet got stuck in the mud. And I probably, same thing, I probably sunk in just above my shoe line and stuff. So what, 4 inches? And that's probably about the most I ever sunk in the mud.
Yeah, I did the same thing over by 696, like before they built, like in Neil's area, but down towards the end of it, towards 94. You know,
Where 94 and 696.
yeah, where they built like all those little senior places there.
That Antonio.
Yeah. So I was walking through there
Yeah.
from somewhere, and I was drunk. Yeah, so I don't remember where I was going or where I was coming from, but
Are you trying to tell me?
you weren't that big of a drinker.
I lost a shoe in there.
Yeah.
I sunk to about a little born ankle. It was probably like halfway up my shin, but my shoe stayed with it. Couldn't find it, and I also lost my key to my truck.
Oh, no.
What?
Yep. And I had a really cool little flashlight keychain that it was on.
Regarding what you said about being drunk, Craig said, "What?"
Yeah.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not something that happens very often. Right.
But it
It's
doesn't
true.
anymore.
No, not at all.
That's good.
Mm.
That's the important part
Year
Craig-
5.
Yeah, Craig was witnessed me have fucking heat stroke.
from the drinking.
I drank. I puked my guts out the flying to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I puked on the plane.
Mhm.
Was totally dehydrated. Then the next day I had like a Gatorade. I'm like, let's go for a walk. It was like 115 degrees. And I'm just staring at mountains like, oh, those mountains look weird. And he's like, Mike, sit down. He's like,
Is that when they
Yep.
poison the eggs too?
yeah. Except for with me, it was actual. Mike saw that weird mountain, and I kept repeating myself apparently
Yeah.
because when
Yeah.
you're stroking out, that
Right.
happens. I don't know.
There it is with the Majesty, that purple mountain.
Yeah. Then Aaron got poisoned. Supposedly.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Rest of the trip, besides the poisoning, was good though,
That's good.
and the stroke.
Who else died?
Richard Lewis.
Richard Lewis died.
Did you see what Larry David wrote?
No.
All right, I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was like one of the best send-offs for a friend ever. So Larry David wrote, Richard and I were born 3 days apart in the same hospital, and for most of my life, he's been like a brother to me. He had that rare combination of being the funniest person and also the sweetest. But today he made me sob, and for that I'll never forgive him.
Yeah.
That's like great.
He was a little older than I thought. I figured he was about my dad's age. I didn't know he was like quite 76.
Yeah,
76.
Yeah, I knew. I knew he was right around there. I knew he was right around my mom and dad's age, something like that. But yeah, a little bit older, I guess.
I'll never forget though, because he was so neurotic. Like it wasn't just an act; he was a neurotic person.
Yeah.
He was on Howard Stern. He's like, I had to quit drinking because I was an alcoholic. He's, oh, Howard's like, well, how much were you drinking? He's like, every night or a couple nights a week, I'd have a glass of wine. I'd just have. He's like, a glass of wine. It's like, what? How many times a week? I don't know, 2 or 3 nights ago. That's not alcoholism, Richard.
No.
Like not at all. That's just settling your nerves.
Well,
When he did that TV show with Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah.
she said he's the reason she got sober.
Yeah.
He helped her get
He did.
sober.
Yep. Said he was a funny man.
You just
Very-
walked around
very nice.
doing the hair thing.
Well, and he was very like neurotic and erratic and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's kind of
Oh.
it's not funny. It's kind of ironic that
It was kind of Jewish. you
yeah,
know?
but with the shaking and everything, and he got diagnosed with Parkinson's 3 years ago.
oh
man.
no shit.
Really?
I'm like, really?
He
did?
died of a heart attack.
Yeah, they did. He died of a heart attack, but he's 76. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen, but that's one of the
But
things.
they said he'd
especially-
been ailing. They
He'd-
didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
He'd
know
been
what it
fighting
was.
that for 3 years. He didn't announce it till a year ago, but he'd been fighting it for 3 years,
Mm.
and that may have helped contribute to the weakening, because that's what it does. It weakens your
Oh yeah, yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, I didn't know.
I never thought he was funny, like his stand up and stuff. I just didn't get it when I was younger, and then when I was older, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess
Yeah.
he is kind of funny.
No,
But
when
him and Men in Tights is
I didn't
It's
like him
great.
as a kid, but when I became a panic attack hypochondriac as an adult,
yeah.
I could really
You
appreciate
got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, son got it.
there was a lot of stand up back when I was young that I didn't get because I was too young. Bill Hicks. I mean, Bill Hicks was super funny, but like a lot of it I didn't get because he
Well, he wasn't really telling jokes. He
No.
was up there like making you think about
right.
weird geopolitical whatever.
Yeah.
But what was weird was like I got Carlin.
He's Alex Jones, by the way. Did you know that? See that conspiracy? That's
Oh.
the ultimate conspiracy.
Yeah, the Bill Hicks, not Bill Hicks.
That Alex Jones
Alex Jones
is the conspiracy when
Yeah.
it comes down.
Yeah.
He's Bill Hicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
'Cause they said
Welcome
because
back, cuz.
I think what happened was they showed pictures of them when they were young,
Yeah.
and they had the same look. Well, it's like, well, they're both from Texas,
Mhm.
probably similar genetics.
Yeah.
They're both about the same age, but as you can see there's a difference.
Yeah.
right.
But the funny thing is that because they look like when they were young, they're the same guy.
Yeah.
And of course, they both believed in conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Well,
know,
and then right around the
So
time
it's just
Hicks
the perfect thing.
it was kind of right around the time after Hicks died was when Alex Jones became
Yeah, prominent.
prominent.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. It's totally it then.
But yeah, but I saw the old when Jones was on public access,
Yeah.
and it was at that time Hicks was still alive.
Yeah.
Their
Okay,
voices
well,
are nothing alike.
No.
There's
No.
nothing.
Well, Alex Jones talked like that.
Well, even then he had more of a twang.
Oh, okay.
it was
Yeah,
even
yeah,
worse
yeah.
than it is now. Yeah, it was like Hicks didn't have much of an accent.
No.
Alex Jones had Alex Jones got better with his accent as he's gotten older, like because he's broadcasted so long. When he was young, it was like a twang, like almost like Morgan. If Morgan had a show, public access show,
He should.
yeah.
He should have one. That'd be
But-
great.
If it was like the old school public access, it'd be great to have a public access show.
Oh, dude, I wish they'd bring it back.
I
Put us
know.
on there.
That'd be great if they,
Well,
Um,
the guy that taught me pirate radio, he was working on pirate UHF. That would have been fucking hilarious
Yeah.
if we did that.
Yeah, right.
Because now our faces are on.
yeah. There's no way they can trace it back to us.
Unless we all fucking wore masks or something during the show.
I never even thought. I forgot you'd even mentioned he was working on that. That'd been great.
Well, the thing is, like,
That's
radio.
a whole new ball game there, buddy.
Yeah, that'd have been. Could you imagine seeing a pirate TV station? Like, if you found that, that would be fucking awesome.
so awesome.
That'd be way cooler than a pirate radio.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it would be, but it'd be.
You could do
I'd be
so much.
worried, like, dude, they're gonna snuff somebody out.
Yeah,
That would be my
that would be-
concern. That's immediately what I would think. They're gonna kill somebody. right on TV. They're gonna do it.
It's gonna happen.
And someone in my neighborhood because I'm picking up the signal.
Yeah, it has to be kind of close.
Yeah.
Anybody else die?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably a few more.
Rothschild.
Oh yeah, Lord Rothschild. Speaking of conspiracies, how can I forget the number?
So
what
like,
conspiracy?
Speaking of baby blood,
I was
and
just
all
gonna
that.
say. I mean, he didn't have. Did he not get his hands on enough baby blood?
No, I guess not.
Well,
Or maybe he did. He was 80-something years old.
yeah, the supply of baby
I thought
blood
that was an immortality thing.
Well, I mean, he was in this lifetime 80-something years old.
They couldn't harvest enough adrenochrome from the illegal aliens at the border,
Right.
so that's why they're snagging them in barbed wire so they can extract the fucking.
I don't know. I don't know if he had the money. I don't know if
Extract
he
the
had the
adrenochrome from them.
I don't know if he had that kind of money to live like that with all the baby blood.
Yeah.
He wasn't that rich.
The other one lived to be like 100.
not?
He had like
He's super rich.
one of them had
Only
like
worth billions?
5 heart transplants.
Right.
5?
Like 5.
Yeah.
Literally 5.
Yeah.
When you like you're on
Yeah,
a
that fucking bastard was taking him from people that totally deserved him.
Oh, they were probably knocking people out in parts.
Fuck yeah.
They were looking up whoever had a type O negative or whatever B positive and just fucking clubbing them,
Mhm.
5 billion, Alan.
going out for a jog.
Oh, that's it.
That's just him.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, I know the families.
the
worth
families-
No,
fucking
the
hundreds
Chinese
of
do
billions.
that.
The family's worth hundreds and hundreds of billions.
Chinese government, not Chinese people. The Chinese government does that.
Government.
Not the guy running
Yeah.
the fucking Chinese restaurant by your house. Not
No,
him.
no. In China, the Chinese government.
Yeah.
You know, they put nets around buildings so nobody will commit suicide.
When I thought about that is like the worst thing. You can't. I know I've said the joke many times, but you can't even kill yourself to get out of that job.
Yeah.
They literally pluck you out of the net and put you right back
Yeah,
on the fucking line.
Yeah, there's like fucking businesses there. They fucking try to jump, commit suicide.
There is
fucking land
no
in
escape
fucking
from their
nets.
hell. You're gonna work.
Dude, it's like, what do you do?
Fucking jump into the lathe, I guess.
Mm.
Maybe that's why the video. Everyone assumes why are they so dumb, always getting snagged in lathes, dude. That's not an accident.
Yeah, right.
They're just like fuck it.
Yeah, because
I'm going
honestly, as a lathe guy for 30 fucking years, I really don't know how you get caught in it, but
Yeah,
you know.
I seen a guy get sucked into one, and I was expecting him to turn to goo, but he somehow got coiled on it, spit out, and walked off. I don't know if he lived.
In a lathe?
He somehow walked.
That was
away.
a giant fucking machine then, man. Holy fuck. I run. Mine aren't
Yeah.
fucking. I'd have to. Dude, I'd have to like. I'd have to climb in it, close the doors, and then go, hey, somebody hit the fucking button.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's ones, dude, where they're like,
Oh, yeah.
where they're like spinning over.
Oh, yeah.
Over, and no one's there.
Yeah.
There's like I don't know if it's like the night shift guy, and there's just no one around to fucking hit the power.
Which
This-
right there is,
Yeah, that's it. Well, there's they don't have OSHA
yeah.
because
OSHA protects us here.
Yeah, you're making
Yeah.
some seriously big shit, though, when you got something that big that can
Well,
that can suck you into it.
yeah, you're fucking
That's
right.
like engine parts for jets and shit.
I seen a guy get fucking put in an industrial press,
Oh, yeah.
and I mean, it's not overly gory because he's just gone.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yeah, that happened right over here at a dye shop 20-something years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like it was a job they were doing for Ford. They were doing the tryout, getting the dyes all set and stuff, and somebody didn't put the chalk in it.
fuck.
Oof.
Yep. And
That-
Ford was there, like all these like this legal team from Ford. That place was shut down for months.
Now, next to a customer of ours, there's a granite shop, not a tile shop, but like
Yeah.
big slabs
yeah.
of granite. I
Yeah.
mean, granite like long as this room.
Over
Yeah.
on 19.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they have them stacked vertically, even outside.
Yeah. Yep.
But I guess inside they have them stacked vertically. And there's 2 guys in there, and someone bumped it with a high-low.
Yep.
And it did the
Oh.
dominoes. And those things weigh, I don't know how many thousands pounds each. And it did the dominoes thing, and it made them goo.
Yeah.
That was
And I went there one day, and they were fucking investigating. They got the
our
bodies
cousin
out.
Carly. That was the company she worked for. She just didn't work at that branch, but the same company
Oh yeah.
at the time. Now she doesn't work for him.
Your cousin doesn't know what a lathe is.
He's like, I remember when I was a teenager and looking for work, Mom suggested every job she saw. And one job was a lathe operator. I told her I probably can't do that job because I don't know what a lathe is. Oh, yeah.
For record, I do now.
Okay, you do not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only knew what it was because we had a wood lathe in shop class in
And
junior
you
high.
just take a chisel.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I had an idea what it was.
The most worst that could have happened to us is you lose like a tip of a finger
We
or
could have,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a hand.
Maybe. Yeah, not really.
No.
No. I mean, well, unless you
Could you lose your
unless you got
fingerprints?
poked really hard and then it got infected and then they had to take your hand.
Yeah.
But,
If you-
I would
if
love
you-
to have a small like wood lathe like that.
But if you rubbed your fingers against it while I was moving, could you rub off your fingerprints and therefore not be tracked through the rest of your life? Just asking for a friend.
Probably take a lot.
What are you getting at, Brian?
Everything I've heard about, like actually removing your finger, pretty much like your fingerprints. Everything I've ever seen, it's
Yeah.
like you got to remove all the skin.
Yeah.
You know what got people got fucked up? We had 3 injuries from the bandsaw 1 year.
Oh,
yeah,
and-
yeah,
and
yeah,
people
the-
keep
yeah.
they
school?
push their fucking they're pushing their little
That is easy to get.
yeah they're pushing their fucking wood through and then their thumb. It was always the
Yeah.
thumb.
Yeah.
Or Joe bumped Joe and
First things first.
That happened.
Anytime you're using a saw where you're pushing material through it, you don't really push.
No.
You just put some pressure.
Yep.
And let it do its job.
like a
Well,
Ouija board.
And our shop teacher was fucking mangled himself.
Yeah.
His fucking hands were fucking.
Oh, Wennerstrom.
Oh
like
yeah.
this.
Dude, well, he had like half a leg or something.
Yeah, he was
he,
messed
had
up.
he had a bad leg. He couldn't walk.
Yeah.
Then it probably an anvil fell on his. Who knows?
He told me to stay in woodworking. He said I had the knack.
The
He said
knack.
he said you're really good and you really need to stick with it and you'll be really good at it.
Go off the
And I
wood.
was like,
Like
well,
my
yeah, but
Sharona.
I don't want to work with wood. I just go home and play with my own wood because I'm 13.
I, on the other hand, was the worst.
Well, what happened
ever.
to the comments? It all of a sudden
Sorry.
jumped up.
Like even my sister made better fucking, the dish,
Yeah.
yeah,
the candy dish.
Mm.
Even Kate's was better. Mine. I am the worst.
I made the gun rack. I made the breadboard. I made that. I made
was
the
fucking garbage.
gumball machine.
Yep. I made a table.
Yeah.
It's in my living room right now still. Almost 30 years.
Well, I made the TV cabinet that we had for years at the house.
See?
That one, that little one that we had at
I don't remember which one it was.
it was like this tall. Front of it opened. It was like wood stained.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'll
It was just inside. Yeah.
I'll never-
Pat Murphy had me help me build that
This-
for Mom for Mother's Day.
Nice.
Those wood shop was one of my first places that I totally ruined a good signal from a girl.
Oh, yeah.
There's a girl we were in a class. She's sitting there like, I don't know, say it's the dish or whatever. She's sitting there fucking filing. She's, hey, Mike, do you got a girlfriend? I'm like, no. She just randomly never spoke to me before. She's just smiling real big. You got a girlfriend? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, good to know.
Whoa.
And I was like, yeah. And I just walked away. I didn't do anything. That was such a pussy.
Yeah, that is good to know. And then
Just walked away. I didn't say like, hey,
to somebody I know.
that was my cue to be like, hey, let's hang out.
I asked me if it's
Yeah,
somebody I know.
like-
I asked me if it's somebody I know. We were literally in the same grade and knew all the same people.
Yeah.
There's like
I'll tell you who it is after the show.
there was like 100 people in our grade at that point, so I probably knew who it was.
But I totally like oh, cool.
That's sweet.
Go off the grid the lazy way.
And she's doing the hand job motion to the
Yeah.
fucking dish while she's talking to me. I'm like,
I had
all
Just
right.
like sand in the leg, like
I had yeah, totally right at the top at the ball, just fucking.
do you want
like I'm getting mixed signals here.
do you want me? You want this to be you, Mike? What
don't
are you
want
trying
you-
to say?
I don't want you to sand me. No.
Then she took the shellac and put it on her tits. I was like, what's
going
going
on?
on here?
You're like I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to read that before I got it.
The lathy way.
I was looking at it and I'm reading it, but when I said it out loud, that's when I got it.
She was cute, but she had one downfall. She really caked on the makeup, really bad. So it would have been the mascara running situation.
All right.
Okay, never mind. That's not a downfall.
That's not downfall.
No.
no.
They're into it.
Yeah.
That's why they wear more mascara.
Right.
Anyways.
I think it was because I had my football jersey on. for the team.
Oh,
So she was all
Oh,
turned
yeah.
on. I'm battling for her.
I get it.
Oh,
I
you
can
know what I'm
understand. Yeah.
saying?
Well, we were on Wrestlers and there was another wrestling thing that you guys were talking about. Something Hulk Hogan.
Oh
Yeah, I saw that. I thought I was reading it wrong,
yeah.
and I saw this video of this kid amateur wrestling in high school just murdering his opponent. I mean, beating the fuck out of him. Like, oh, this kid's probably going to go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
He's just beating the shit, and it's a state title match, so it's another high level guy, and he's just mopping the floor with this kid, and his name is Hoke.
Hoke.
Hogan. His parents named him that.
That's awesome.
And he's a 2-time state champion, and he's committed to West Virginia wrestling. I was like, well, this kid, with his name alone, he's going somewhere. I don't know.
He's going to turn pro.
Yeah, he's either going to the UFC or he's going to the WWE. He's going to one of those.
I wonder what weight class he's in.
184. So if he's 184 and he's a high school kid, if he wants to be a pro wrestler, he'll probably mature into a 230-pound guy.
Oh yeah,
240. So yeah, he's big enough.
that's funny because you did that and it was like a play on a. Actually, it's his real name, but it's kind of a play on another name. But
Yeah.
I was watching a basketball thing, and there's a Division I basketball team called. You may have heard of this team, the Indiana State Sycamores.
Oh yeah,
They used to have somebody named Larry Bird that played there.
I saw that guy.
Yeah, but it's just his name's like Robbie or Ronnie Avila or something. But his nickname is because he wears the goggles. He's a big, gumpy white guy, and they call him Cream Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, Cream.
Yeah, like cream, like coffee cream.
Mm-hmm.
I was
He's
like,
like 7 foot tall.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome. He scored 35 points last night.
Cream Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, he helped them win the division, the conference and stuff, and it's pretty good. I was like, that's funny though, but it's kind of funny because most time people don't like to make fun of other people's names, especially somebody of a different ethnicity and stuff. But they're like, no, you're gonna call him Cream Abdul-Jabbar.
Everybody in the comments seem to love it.
I would agree, Jay.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 3 with Hulk Hogan and Andre. Yeah,
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
At Silverdome,
Yep.
90 some odd thousand people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's big. Andre, even at that point, couldn't walk right. They had to take him down there and that moving mini ring. Remember him and the brain standing on thing?
Yeah.
There's like, oh, it's because the distance is really far. They want them walking. It's like, no, that dude couldn't walk.
He couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
He couldn't make it at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Andre was a giant. He was big. He had health problems, and he drank a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drank fucking like 110 beers in a sitting or something.
That's how he. It's probably partly how he dealt with the pain.
According to Rob
Maybe
Reiner,
all.
Andre Giant had a 14-second fart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that
Yeah.
before.
And you're thinking, well, that's it. But if you ever do
14 seconds?
14 seconds. There are
That's long.
People online were like, that's it. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Next time you have a really big fart, just in your head, count it out. I bet you don't go past 4 or 5.
I guarantee it.
Yep.
14
Dude,
seconds.
I've done because I remember hearing about that, but I'm like, damn, that thing must have been 5 seconds long. That was holy crap.
Yeah. Yep. I'm telling you, 14 seconds.
Yeah. Well, dude, if you drink a lot, his stomach was probably just
Oh, yeah.
just churning.
That's basically almost a quarter of a minute you were farting.
Yeah.
Give me a break,
That's
people.
long.
Yeah.
That's long.
Andre Giant, man. But you're right. That is a very great moment in pro wrestling history.
Sure is.
And then he also, Jay also said, I'm literally on the toilet shitting right now listening to the show.
Thou art bored.
Thou art bored. Yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't think of a title, so that's all I could. So.
Yeah. That's a good title. Don't worry. Don't let him.
Well, I mean, it's like the weather's been okay, but like it's not spring, so we can't do anything spring themed. You know?
Okay. Couldn't think what to do.
We could have done something related to something famous.
I mean, like, it's the new month.
The
the funny thing
combine's
is-
going on. We could have done something about
Funny
that.
thing is, we talked about Virgil being a slave.
Yep.
We talked about
Rothschild.
Rothschild's career paths, and I didn't even get into my career.
Yeah. It's true you
which
did.
is me as the livestock.
You are livestock. Human cattle, man.
Yeah. So what's happening
So
there?
okay, you know how my company got sold
Right.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
Right.
and there's lots of acquisitions happening. Everything changes every day. I go,
All the
there's
time.
something fucking new.
Yeah.
And I went in there. and I was already aggravated because I've been working late every day, and I work late. It was 70 degrees in fucking February, and I didn't want to work late, and I had to work late.
Yeah.
I was fucking annoyed because there's certain. It's not the people I work with; it's the new system is slow and it churns out work. Basically, because of fucking shitty software, I work late.
Yeah.
And I was aggravated because it's 70 degrees. I want to be home.
Gotcha.
And so, anyways, I finally calmed down, and I did notice something. I'm like, it was literally the day I'm like, you know what? This is the first day in like 3 months. My throat doesn't hurt. You know, I had throat and sinus problems. My throat's been feeling. I like literally the day I was feeling good. Like, there's a mandatory meeting. You got to call this line for all drivers. I'm like, really? All right. So I listen. It's a meeting. I'm listening. It's a call-in meeting. I've never done one of these fucking things because I've never been an office person.
G-A-Y.
So I'm sitting there, and I figured it's just going to be they're merging all the drivers because we're one company now, and they bought like 5 of us. So I figured that's all it's going to be. They're like, actually, no. We sold you guys to like we're not going to do logistics at all in this company. You are now part of Cardinal Logistics, and I'm going to say the name because I'm not accepting the job.
Okay.
So you're part of Cardinal Logistics now.
Cool.
I'm like, okay, and I looked up. Well, okay, this doesn't sound great, but what's their pay? What's this? I looked it up. They had decent customer rating, whatever. I mean, decent employee rate. You know, the employees.
Yep.
Yeah.
On like Inquirer.com or Career.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, didn't seem too bad. Then the next day, they're like, okay, Friday we're gonna send a guy to talk to you, and then he's gonna clarify whatever issues you might have because really nothing got answered.
Yeah, usually.
So and
shocking.
And I meet with this guy, and I noticed that they were bought out by Ryder a month ago, February 1st.
Okay.
So I'm in this meeting with somebody from Cardinal that just got bought out, and he's telling me, okay, we have this, this, and this. He's laying it out. And I said, what's the pay? He goes, per mile. I go, well, I'm a local driver. What's per mile going to do for me? He goes, well, we'll kind of pay you per stop. And he was real vague. I'm like, okay. I go, what are the benefits? He's like, am I going to keep all my whatever, my fucking vacation, this and that? He had no answers for anything, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and it dawned out because he looked uncomfortable sitting there too. I'm like, you just got bought out a month ago. He's from Cardinal Logistics.
Mm-hmm.
You just got bought out by Ryder. You're uncertain about what's going on with you too, aren't you? He's like, yeah, I am. I don't know what they're going to do with me. So the guy they had talking to us doesn't even know what he's going to be.
Yeah.
I said, so everything you're telling me could change in a month or two because your system's going to change. Because he goes, well, we kind of have our own thing. I go, yeah, that's what they told me a year ago with the company I'm with now.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to change, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm arguing with this guy that's technically telling me about the job that is whatever.
Yeah.
So I looked into it, and it just doesn't seem like a good situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my boss that's been my boss forever, I said, seems terrible because they still need 2 people to work on the counter. And that's why I won't say the name of the company I currently work for.
Yeah.
Nothing bad about them, even though I'm aggravated with them really bad.
Right.
I said, I go, I'll stay on if you keep me as counter so I can work at this building and, same place. And I won't drive anymore. He's like, I think I can get you that. So they're going to try to get me in as a counter person.
Yeah.
So I can keep I just changed all my insurance like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this again. I don't want to go through because I have to. And they said, you all have jobs. You're going to be fine with this Cardinal thing.
Yeah, fuck you.
And then the first, the
fuck you.
This Calvin, this young guy I work with, and he asked him, he goes, okay, we got to apply. He's like, yeah, we got to apply. He goes, how much experience you have? He's like, well, I got a year or 2. He goes, oh, you might be okay. So he's not even guaranteed a job.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck you.
And then
you got to apply for the job.
And so I got to apply for this job.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm not applying for this job.
This is basically
it's so they didn't have to pay unemployment. They're firing us and not and pawning us off on another company so they don't have to pay us.
Yeah, they're
unemployment.
basically gonna have cartage companies doing the job.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah, they're LTL is everything now for them.
Yeah.
They're not going to hand. Well, I said, well, you're still. I said, am I going to work out of here? That's another thing. Am I going to work out of here, or am I going to work out of a different hub 30 miles away?
Yeah.
It's like, well, it'll be here, but sometimes
Nope.
I said, nope, forget it. Just I go, don't
Don't
hear
even-
Nope.
I'm like, so, but then I talked to a driver from a different company that's no longer a competition. He's a coworker.
Yeah.
Now, he's like, well, it seems like it could be either really good or really bad, but there's going to be no in between. Like,
No.
you're either,
It's not going to be really good.
no.
You basically the first thing. What's the pay? And then they're like, oh well, this mileage, this, that,
Yeah,
that,
and
buy the
everything's
job.
convoluted. Everything's market competitive. And the thing is, so I looked up. I thought about this, and my dad's like, "Why don't you collect unemployment?" I go, "I can't." He goes, "They're making you apply for another job."
Yeah, you can absolutely file for it.
I'm like, I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I think you can.
And he's like, I say because if you get offered.
But you have to apply for it. So
If you get offered a job, but you're right. But my dad's like, you still have to apply though.
yeah,
And I thought about like, shit, I'm fucked up. I asked for a counter job. Now if they give me that, now I can't get unemployment.
Yeah.
I screwed up.
But
No,
your unemployment, obviously, the benefits wouldn't be as good as actually working the job. You wouldn't
I don't
be
care.
working.
I just won't work for 8 months.
That's
I don't
true.
give a shit.
That's true.
I'll just use Amazon Doctor to get my pills and whatever. But
Yeah, I wonder how they do the mileage, if they have their own rate or if it's the federal rate, which is like 60 cents a mile, or
Well, they
How they do it.
sent somebody. They sent somebody who doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
To his own fucking job to talk to me about me who doesn't know what's happening to my fucking job.
because they don't give a fuck.
Because basically they're pawning off all their freight.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, oh, and if these guys call in, he told my boss now, because he's like, well, what are we going to do about our service? These guys do great service, and talking about us drivers, he's like, oh, don't worry, if they call in, we got flex drivers. I was like, so you're gonna have people.
They don't give a shit about any of that.
no.
The only thing they care about is they bought this company, they want the business, and they want to run out as many people as possible to not have people working there.
And they will run lean.
It is happening everywhere.
Yeah, and
Everybody runs lean now.
so basically, I'm just trying to get on as a counter person,
Yeah.
knowing that that's going to end too. But it's just so I have time to.
Yeah.
More I keep using the word leeway. So I have more time to,
find something else.
find something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am definitely not signing on with Ryder and Cardinal, and I told them that, and I don't care if my face is on the fucking
Jerry
internet.
said,
saying
I'm
it.
glad I was proactive and planning for retirement. I'm living the dream.
Yeah,
Good for you, man.
yeah.
They did that with our,
Glad I saved some money.
because I work in the medical industry, kind of.
Yeah.
But our lab services, like when you go to get the blood draw stations and stuff,
Yeah.
they farmed it out. It's run by another company now, so it's all
Yeah.
farmed out. But the people they use at the lab draw stations or for the supplies of the lab draw stations are still the same people that used to work there before we farmed it out.
Right.
That's technically what they're trying to do with me.
They had to all apply for the jobs they'd worked. One guy I deal with, whose name is the same as mine, just spelled wrong. It's got a Y.
Yeah.
Had to apply for his job at this new company, which is still the old company in the same building with the same people, but it's a new company that runs it now.
Yeah.
And he'd been
And they
doing,
don't pay as much.
and actually he somehow he didn't lose any vacation time. I don't know how that worked, but
Yeah.
the pay is okay. But basically, he's been doing it for 30 years. He's like, I'm not leaving. They're not taking away my, because he qualifies. He's one of the last group of people that still qualifies for the full company pension, not 401k and stuff, an actual pension.
Right. Right.
That's still carried over. So that's the only reason he applied at this new company, because he's still in the running for that. But after 30 years, he still had to apply for the job he was already doing.
Yeah. But
Well,
then
that-
you just said the pay's okay.
He
So he didn't get the same
The
pay.
one thing I don't ask people is how much they make.
Yeah,
Just
he if he didn't say,
I think he meant overall. None of us think we make enough money, and I think he was just kind of saying, yeah, the pay, that's why he didn't leave because the pay is okay. Not that the pay with the new company was okay. His pay was okay already, and that carried over.
So
but he doesn't get any new vacation like mine. After next year, I get more hours per week. Right now, I get 5 hours of vacation for every 40 I work.
Yeah.
No,
it's in
80 I work. Next year, I get 9.
That's cool.
Yeah, we get a lot of vacation time. That's one of the benefits.
But
that's
so
what
that's
they're
right
doing
now.
to you.
I have 5.5 weeks vacation, which is really a lot.
Yeah, it is.
And they say that, well, if you have a lot of seniority, it'll carry over. I'm like, well, then why are you telling? But you told my coworker here that he may not even meet the requirements for a fucking job.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds to me like we're just starting over.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not. And if they had good benefits, if they were good, they would tell you right then. Oh, dude, it's great. You'll dental this. You're gonna love it. He said, well, you got to call this number, this person. I'm not fucking.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it. In fact,
is that AI or Al?
AI.
Oh,
in fact, I'm
I'm
so annoyed and dejected that I don't even think I'm going to drive anymore. I don't fucking even want to. I'm just going to get some other job. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But I mean, like you have the experience, so you would definitely get a top dollar job.
I'll always keep my CDL.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
You would definitely.
I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. But I don't.
If you applied somewhere, like if you applied some places, you would get top dollar because you got a good track record.
Yeah. What's up, Phil? So
hello, Phil.
So yeah.
Hello, Philippe.
But they're doing like you said. They're doing a bunch of acquisitions, and then they're going to lean down. Down.
It's
they're going to lean it down.
Yeah. Everybody.
Eventually, if they don't have drivers, they don't care. They'll just hire companies to do whatever deliveries.
Well, no, the rider will just pick up whatever they need.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like working for them or Cardinal Logistics. And
I still say Al will take over humans.
I mean, that might be true too.
People think
it might be true. It's funny you mentioned AI because we have a couple of things regarding AI
we do
to talk about.
We do.
Yes.
The first one you brought up was the album art.
For, Pestilence.
Yeah.
People are really mad at Pestilence.
Like the 80s band Pestilence?
There's a metal band, Pestilence. I don't even know what their music's about at all. I know nothing about them.
They've been around since like the 80s, I think.
I just know that Pestilence fans, come here, Mike, I'll hire you. I don't think I'm going anywhere yet. I have a chance I have a plan, put it that way, in place. But anyway, they're mad about them using AI art. Well, they should, you should hire a person, do the thing. Yeah. I get that sentiment, because but they said we looked up this AI, we did this AI art, and it's really cool.
Yeah,
and that was his thing. He wasn't saying.
He's like, he wasn't saying. He's like, we're not going to hire anybody ever. Just this was really cool looking.
Yeah, and they're fucking giving him shit about. I hear the music is really sick. Yeah, Pestilence.
It's the same. It's the same band. They're the Dutch band.
Oh yeah, that's Phil said. Phil said death metal. Dying Fetus covered one of their jams.
Yeah, they've been around for like 40 years, something like that.
People are really mad at their AI. But the issue isn't that people are mad. They kind of caved and then got a drawing.
Oh,
never give in to the mob.
Never.
You give in to the mob because now everything they do, people will be pushing them to, fucking do what they want. If they're,
never give in, no retreat, no surrender.
So they were getting shit for creating an album cover from
AI,
using AI.
But you can pay for it. Any of us, we could have AI do a Radio Underground thing for us.
Yeah, sure.
You pay a little bit, but like I was listening to one guy named Finn McKenty, the punk rock MBA.
Okay,
and he does AI stuff, and he goes, well, the reason I do AI stuff because when you go to get a person, you got to wait for them to create. It takes time. He goes, it's not that I don't like. He goes, I typically like what people come up with more. He goes, but I need something for an episode or something quick, and
and
if I tell a guy I got this idea, it takes a person time.
Graphic designers are not known for being fleet of foot. They do not hurry up and get stuff done.
Twisted Truth from '89, sick jam. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Like I said, I don't know what Pestilence even sounds like. I really don't.
Well, we should play them when we leave. We'll play that song when we leave. Twisted Truth.
Twisted Truth.
Well, another.
I remember them. I can't remember what I mean, dude, I listened to so many different fucking evil bands in the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, every single one of my book covers was fucking just had all different bands on it.
Well,
okay, it's right here.
You got it.
We have it ready for the end of the show.
Regarding the AIs, did you see that Willy Wonka thing where somebody made like this whole Willy Wonka experience and they showed all this stuff they created out of AI and they're going to have this big, huge experience for families and kids to go see? You didn't see any of this?
No.
So they show in these pictures like sweeping vistas of like, giant, huge curly Q Willy Wonka looking shit like you'd see at the fucking factory and shit.
Uh-huh.
But like in the real world, you'd see it. All this stuff is huge, like the stuff that you're going to build that looked just like a Willy Wonka experience. People paid money online to go see it. They went to this warehouse, and it was like an art installation. But like if you walk into a room at the DIA and you walk in and they got the rope set up and there's like a painting on the wall, they had printed something up on like a cloth thing and hung it on the wall. And then they had like these crappy looking like topiary trees that they made in the garage or something.
Oh no!
And they had people Methany the Oompa Loompa.
Methany?
Yep.
Oh god.
All these different stuff, like people like with masks and stuff, like behind these trees and stuff. And it was like, if you can find it, it's so the parents took the kids to see it, and it was so bad that they actually called the cops to come shut these people down because they're taking people's monies. They're taking their monies. It was there you go. It might work.
Right.
It's not going to show it. But if you do Willy Wonka experience, that would be the other way of doing it. I don't want to see. I don't want to see what's his name, Hugh Grant. It was when they show the pictures, like this looks like it's going to be amazing, and then people get there. People get there and it's like that, not the first one, like the second one. It's like that. There's like just tarps set up and stuff, and they built like 5 things, and it was so much worse than that.
It looks like shit.
Go down to the bottom right left where that picture is with like the big huge, like further down over there. Yeah, that one. Click on that.
This?
Yep. That's how. Well, that's not even like it. That's not going to show it.
It looks like someone.
Oh, the one next to it. Go to the one next to it.
Like someone's basement.
Look at that. The first picture is what they thought it was going to look like. Look at all the stuff going on, and then they get there and it's just like fake grass and.
It's fucking terrible.
It was so bad.
That looks like looks like the shitty Santa display at like fucking J.C. Penney's.
It's like people were calling it like that.
1972.
Remember that fire festival from a couple of years ago? We're like, they're gonna have all this, and they get there and it was just shit. Same thing.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Methany the Oompa Loompa. I love it.
It was something. But they used AI to design all of it. It's like this is gonna be grand. You'll love it. No one loved it. Kids were crying.
They called the cops.
Yeah, they're probably fucking Oompa Loompas probably trying to fuck them or something.
Imagine somebody calling the cops on that though.
Yeah,
This is a terrible display. You got to come out here and stop this.
Yeah, exactly. I don't agree with people calling cops on shit service, but this was deserved. It was bad. It was I think it was in Scotland or something. It was like in Glasgow or something.
Wow.
It was something else.
Like that girl that called the cops because her boyfriend wouldn't have sex with her. She got mad and called the cops.
Why wouldn't he have sex with her?
She's the type that would call the cops on you for not having sex with her. Maybe that's why he's fucking tired of her psychosis.
Yeah. I saw something the last couple of days I've seen this, and it made me think of you, Mike. You still doing a lot of DoorDash?
Not nearly as much, no.
Have you seen this thing on Reddit? It's called DoorDash Gremlins.
No.
When you do DoorDash, I've never ordered DoorDash, but do they put the food down and like take a picture of it like the Amazon people do?
Yeah.
So DoorDash Gremlins are just when they put the food down, and before they can even get the picture finished, you're opening up your door and grabbing your food, so you look like a gremlin or a troll or something, hurrying up and getting its stash of food and stuff.
Oh, there's
a whole Reddit of people.
I'm sure I'm on there.
If you get a chance, look at it's the Reddit is just called DoorDash Gremlins.
I'm like a cave troll.
It's bad.
Huge.
One guy's like opening up the door, but like peeking around the door. One guy looks like a meth head waiting for his food. It's so good.
I'm sure I'm on there.
I'm gonna try to find
That
it.
is
guarantee you
correct.
mine.
That is correct, Jason. Slash is not real. It's Wunderslash.
Yeah, Wunderslash.
Wunderslash.
Oh man, this first one, I can't
Guarantee
find
you
it.
I'm on there.
You might be.
Really?
I
Like,
guarantee I'm.
like slithering out and grabbing your stuff.
Yeah,
I spent
I
the last
gotta
few.
be on there.
I spent the last few days just looking at DoorDash. It's one of my things. I was thinking, oh, this would be good for a little while, and then
Bob Hale.
DoorDash scrambling.
1970s.
Oh, it went away. Where'd it go?
There. Oh, dude, I gotta be on here. I'm kind of my heart rate's actually up. I'm worried that I'm on here.
Oh, that one didn't show anything. There's some.
Oh wow,
I need my food.
dog. That dog's about to fucking rip them apart.
She's got
She's a normal girl that's cute.
Yeah.
That doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
It's not
she's got a
funny.
cute smile.
Wait, go back to that one with the door. Oh, never mind. I thought there was one where you could see the guy's face.
This dude's fucking pasty white legs. Holy shit. Oh, dude. They gotta have one of me. I gotta be on here.
You might be. They haven't even shown some of the best ones. These ones are just like people that are ready for it. Like
Holy fuck. Whoa. Look at this guy.
my partner's uncle grabbing our order. Yeah.
Holy fuck, that house is dilapidated.
Yep. Aw.
Oh, yeah.
She's probably cute.
She probably fucking freaked out.
Some of these people are just normal looking. They're just,
Yeah. We're not.
oh, God, there we go, looking around the door.
Yeah.
That's me.
That kind of
Right
looks like
there.
it. Kind of looks like the wrestler Kevin Owens, like
Yeah.
peeking around the door.
That's me.
Wait, we'll go
Holy
back up. Was somebody looking through the window? Oh
The
no, it was a
cat.
cat.
A fucking cat.
There's
The dog.
Smiling girl.
Kind of looks like Jay.
A lot of dogs.
There's a lot of dogs.
That's pretty funny though. Whoa, look at all that shit.
That's a lot of-
That's a gross.
Oh, he did like a Walmart order
Yeah,
or
okay.
something. Yeah, most of the people now they're like into it. They're like waiting for these people, but like some of the really early ones, they're like,
Yeah, when people catch on to the gag, it's not as good.
yeah.
See Mike's titties.
Mike, did I send you the foot pic from the gross old lady from the puzzle game?
No,
No,
you did not. No, I didn't see the gross old
you
lady.
gotta send that, man. But
Uh,
yeah, DoorDash Gremlins.
Yeah.
I liked it before it was cool. Now it's gotten cool, so it's not the same.
it'd be
you know?
cool to wear like a mask.
What's up, Joseph?
Yosef.
Yusuf Islam. What's going on, man?
Did you say Yusuf Islam? Like
Yeah, 'cause
Cat
he-
Stevens.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I just woke up. Oh, that's good. Sleep is important.
Sleep is important.
I was
that's true.
outside all day today. I did not want to be inside because it was 52. So to me, it's warm. I'm like, I'm going to be outside all day.
Tomorrow's supposed to be really nice.
I was just
Yeah.
fucking stayed out there.
Monday's gonna be the nicest.
Yeah. I might not go to work.
Why go to work?
You hear that, Cardinal? I'm not going to work. You hear that?
Yeah, so did they give a time frame of when they want you to all
April 15th.
Tax day. of
tax
course.
day?
Yeah, of course.
Fucking shit. Fuck.
Fuck them motherfuckers. You know, I don't have
Fucking white honkies.
I don't really have that problem, you know, in my business at the moment. Because they haven't created robots smart enough yet to do my job, but they will.
Do you
But
guys have robots?
My
No.
right arm.
No robotic
I think
machines.
that's my
No.
right arm, not my left. I'd be panicking.
no, like yeah, for process, like I mean, like for there's really
Heart.
there's really no way they could do it with what I do, with how I the job I do.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I mean, I make a lot of small hardware. I mean, it's short. There's no way. I mean, I have to set up every job. Sometimes I do 2 or 3 of them a day.
I was just wondering because one lady at work, her husband's, he's a robotics repair. He fixes the robots,
Yeah.
and he's been out. He's looking for a new job. So
Because like like at your automakers and stuff, they have assembly lines. Like the robot, these robotic things, welders, whatever. They do the same thing every day.
Yeah.
You know? And then if it's time to do something different, they just set it up to do it different, and then it does it for days, you know?
Yeah.
So
they
but I mean, as long as I'm building, weapons of war,
you're good.
I'm good.
Now another reason I don't want to work for a freight company, they always want to put you in a fucking semi. I don't want to drive a semi.
Right.
No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's
I'm
so
not
many,
doing it.
there's so many like local places around. With your experience, you could find something if you had to.
No, I could find something. I just don't know.
No problem. You'd find a pretty good paying job. You know?
No,
I don't know that
again. There's a 50-50 shot I can stay where I'm at, just at the desk.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Yeah.
I'll do that for a while till they get rid of that.
Yeah, they'll
sell
eventually
that off.
Yeah, they'll eliminate that.
But I'd much rather have another year there with my insurance and what I have. At least a little year. So I'll consider that a win.
Right.
But I'm definitely going to save more money.
Yeah.
Because what I'm going to do, my plan is, I already got some money saved, but I don't save anymore. So if they do that, I'm just not going to work for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, I'm going to go enjoy my life.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got
I'll be fucking.
And you've got it down pretty good where you've got pretty cheap bills and stuff too. So that helps you.
Whoa, dude, is that her feet, Phil? Oof.
Ew. I don't want to see any feet.
Are they ugly?
They're like edema.
No, ew.
No.
That's worse than my feet. It's like edema.
Ew. I don't like feet.
I'll get inside you.
I do if they look all right. I mean, I don't have like a fetish for them, but I'm
not a foot fetish person.
If a woman's got nice feet, I like that's. I like that. I like it as like a good feature.
Take in all the pic.
Why don't you send me the pic so I can look at it closely?
Oh, dude, yeah. There's a definite hoarding situation.
Oh,
I'll send it to them.
Never mind.
I'll send it.
Yeah.
No, because worse than the feet is hoarding. I do not want to see fucking hoarding.
I'll send it.
Fucking hate it.
Fucking.
It's not a disease.
Hoarding. WHOR.
Yeah,
Dude,
that hoarding is fine.
Dude, there's just shit under that fucking that chair or whatever.
WHORE.
Random looks like Cat 5 cable.
Not
Probably
connected to anything.
a cum stain shirt.
All right, this sounds
Yeah.
this sounds promising.
Well, I'm intrigued now.
Wait, it's not a Cat 5 cable. It looks like a USB extension of some sort.
Oh,
Right.
it's not cool.
But
though.
still.
So why do you have this woman's feet? Oh man,
It's a
there's a
sport.
lot of stuff under that fucking
It's
chair,
Phil.
man.
It's Phil. He doesn't need it to, he can do what he wants. Yeah, that's
There's a lot of crap under that chair, man.
Look at how useless I am at 50. So yeah.
That's looks like a house.
Phil
of
sent us a
stank.
picture. Okay, I always forget that people can't see this stuff. So then it just becomes a conversation.
The spork, yeah.
So
I saw it.
he sent me a picture of someone dying of edema. Their feet are fucking swollen, way worse than mine. Way worse than mine when I was drinking. They're bad. Some sort of Hewlett, some sort of cheap laptop. Or their fucking feet are near it. Behind it is a fucking dilapidated chair. Tons of fucking debris.
Yeah.
Underneath it looks like a fucking tornado
Yeah, I
hit
mean,
the
like a simple little broom, and that would be just
spork.
Yep.
USB extension, cum stained shirt. Yeah, it's just
A Coke nail.
I don't see a Coke nail in it. Maybe I'm just missing that.
That's the toe.
Oh God, yeah, I didn't. Duh. Wow.
Yeah, this is definitely disturbing. That's for sure.
It's beautiful.
It is.
They're not the kind of feet you'd fuck in one of those feet
No.
fetish videos.
Unless you like dry, ashy fucking.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Feet, man, like some dudes are just insane about feet. They fucking love them.
Yep. If you do that, whatever you're into, I guess.
I mean,
I'm
if the
not.
feet are attached to a hot chick, I wouldn't mind. I guess I'll put whatever.
You'll fuck the
I'll
foot
do.
gap.
Yeah. If they need me to do that, I'll do it.
Fuck the foot gap.
But
I always like Chappelle when he's like
people
talking
are
about
way
people's
into it.
weird shit. He goes, "I like to fuck feet."
Yeah.
He just comes around. He's just, I like to fuck feet.
If you're into it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not.
For the nice nudes, I get
Yeah,
these. Okay.
I like the fucking. I do like, panties and stuff. I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
who doesn't?
Yeah.
I don't sniff
seen
them or anything.
I've
But
seen some nudes that Phil's sent over.
Yeah. Trannies.
Yeah, I just remember boobs.
no,
Trannies have boobs.
he has a lot of
Yeah,
boring cis women.
Yeah.
That's Phil's thing.
boring.
Well,
cis
like my
women?
buddy Chris always says,
Sounds
there's no
hot.
such thing as chicks with dicks, just dudes with boobs.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
deep, man.
Yep.
It's deep.
Yeah, he's pretty philosophical and shit.
Phil, that should be your nickname. Call yourself Phil Osophical.
Philosophical.
Phil's buddy that he likes to see sheenuses.
Sheenuses. That's great.
Phil told me about his buddy that's really into trans,
Oh, for real?
and he loves sheenuses.
Sheenuses.
Yeah.
Mark Phil told me about that guy.
I'm
Fucking-
never not calling that ever again now.
That's the new thing.
That John. Well, you're saying his name, okay? John likes sheenuses.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you can say it here.
Which
No
John?
one
The one that
watches.
likes sheenuses. Oh, yeah,
It was like-
that John.
When Delray Misfits, when they would used to argue with Lenny, he's like,
You played
I
Xbox with him.
"Oh, did I really? Oh, no way.
You know this person.
What's his gamer tag again?" There's so much we could share.
Yeah,
There's so much.
Let's just totally dox this guy.
Now that, big Lenny, we talk about fucking trannies, and he's like, "So I got this girl and I sucked her dick," and Brad's like, "If she has a dick, it's not a girl, Lenny." She's like, "It's just a guy's dick." He goes, "No, it's a girl's dick."
That's great.
There are,
Yes, my mind's blown too.
And then-
Sheenuses is it.
and if you guys, the most offensive podcast episode ever in history, Delray Misfits episode 62. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple. Delray Misfits. The first 20 minutes, it's fucking insane.
It sounds insane.
Because Lenny finally graduated to just fucking a femboy. And he goes. So I fucked this. So I went in the girl's bathroom. There's this, this little feminine guy in there. He said, "Oh, you're like a bear." He said, so I started fucking him.
Oh my
And he
God.
goes, he's like, "It's not even a tranny." He's like, "No." He's like, "So it's not even a tranny." Jay Masters was like, so he goes, "You got to be ashamed of yourself." He goes, I am ashamed of myself." and he goes, but then there's like 20 seconds of dead air, and then Jay Masters goes, "Fuck that little fairy, I'd have fucked him too." And then Brad's like, "Yep, see, that's where all this leads with you two. You're just pure degeneracy."
Wow.
But yeah.
That's
But
gross.
anyway, the to summarize that episode, in the same night, Lenny fucked a man.
Yeah.
Then he went and did a 3-way with a black trans and a regular girl. Same
Okay.
night.
Wow.
This
Just hitting all the bases.
episode. So yeah, Delray Misfits episode 62, the wildest night you've ever heard about. And Lenny's a giant 380-pound man too.
Yeah.
So if you got that visual,
Yeah. He's
Ew.
not gay at all.
yeah,
No.
he's not gay.
He's okay.
No.
According to him.
He just sucks chicks' dicks.
Yeah,
Sheenuses.
Sheenuses.
Sheenuses, yeah. So, okay, well, no, enough tranny talk.
Speaking of no, that's not.
Okay, let's segue into Bailey J.
Yeah,
Let's segue.
what do you guys think? Who's gonna win the challenge? The challenge of Ice Spice versus Lotto in a squirt off.
Ooh.
Okay, so
I don't know anything about
these are
Lotto.
people?
These are ladies.
They're ladies.
Yeah.
Iced Spice.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
that
Al,
Ice
I'm gonna-
Spice is that one that does the Dunkin' commercials.
Yes.
Now, Al, I'm going to
Yeah.
show you a picture of Lotto. Ice Spice, you know who she
Yeah,
is.
yeah, because she
Lotto.
does a.
Not
I
Latu.
typed in Lardo.
How do I spell? How's Lotto spelled?
Latto, I think.
Okay. You gotta guess they're squirting
She's
by
an
how
American
they look.
rapper.
Okay, that's Lotto.
That's Lotto.
Okay, she's kind of like a thick-ish,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not bad.
light-skinned black girl.
And so they're gonna squirt.
No,
So-
well, they challenge each other to a squirt off. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not.
And then Ice Spice, obviously, she was in the Super Bowl and everything else. So, judging, I've seen Ice Spice. I know who she is.
ISIS.
Yeah.
It's gay.
I think that Lotto looks to have the better squirt. Just by if I'm just looking at them.
Yeah.
I'm basing it on nothing. I think Lotto looks like
it's
she
abundantly clear that Lotto has a lot of better things than that other broad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
she's definitely. I'm not saying like she's smoking, but she's definitely better.
John had a party with two in Vegas. Oh my God, for 6 days.
6 days.
He drained himself out of fluid. I bet.
So I think Phil's saying in terms of the squirt off,
no one. We all
we all
lose.
lose. That's probably true.
Yeah.
I know. I'm a creep.
How does somebody challenge? Like, what were the circumstances where she all of a sudden said, "You know what? I'm challenging you to a squirt off."
I know they hate
How
each
did
other.
yeah, but why that?
Who's going to be the dude that's going to get them going, or is it going to be someone just eating them and fingering them till they?
I don't even
Go
know.
off.
I don't know what the rules and regulations are for a squirt off. You
Elle's
know?
right though. Lotto's better looking.
Yeah.
I think. All right, so I'm going with her.
Yeah.
Ice Spice, even though she's more popular for now.
Yeah,
I just
do the-
saw the commercial with her and Ben Affleck.
the Duncan.
Yeah, and Ben Affleck was just like going on, and she didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
No,
yeah,
there's a bit of an age gap there.
and he was just doing like he was doing the Boston like Duncan. He was just riffing, and she's like, I'm like, I guarantee she probably they probably just filmed exactly how she reacted.
Yeah, there was no acting there.
Yeah.
She just had no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
You know, we're getting old enough to where people in their 20s, we can barely communicate with them. It's almost like a different language.
Yeah, she's like 24.
I talk to the guys at work, all right, but yeah, sometimes I need to know a little. But but they're kind of just like they're shop kids, and they come out of school and they're there are plenty of kids out there still being raised by like normal people.
Really?
Plenty of them.
I haven't run across them
no.
Yeah,
in my travels.
Plenty of them.
Yeah. No, they're actually the kid that
I don't
kid that
think
work
most
with,
kids want your they don't need their pronouns announced. Most of them.
I think a lot of them aren't even doing that anymore.
No, but
I
I
haven't-
was just at Meyer gas station today, and he, her, they, them, she. I don't know. It had, like, he had like all the pronouns written across.
No,
I don't know what it was.
They don't have the pronouns, but there's one at Dollar General here.
Oh, yeah.
You see him. That's a her.
I honestly have not been in that Dollar General. It's so close to my house. I've never been there.
This dude's 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Rail thin.
Uh-huh.
And it's transing over to the girl.
Uh-huh.
And he's still got the Adam's apple.
Yeah.
He's like fucking 6 foot. But I guess at least he's not doing like Elle's describing a regular person that has the pronouns.
Yeah, this was
like
just,
me.
I
Like,
mean,
I'm a
like,
they, them,
I'm not really like I'm not real like the. This person was.
We got to get Hoj to listen to this part, Phil.
This person
Hoj loves
was
hearing about
very
this stuff.
pat looking,
Oh.
but like with like ginger hair.
Oh, like Ice Spice hair?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It was all like kind of froey a little, but very nice. And I didn't have to use any pronouns, but they were all written on their name tag.
Thank you. You just say you.
Thanks.
I think that's not. They don't like being referred to as you.
Well, if you say thank you, though,
Right.
just put more
I know,
emphasis
but
on
I
the
think
you.
like some people. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Thank
what
you,
it-
fellow human.
I don't know. I just call.
That's how you cover
person.
everything.
I
Yes.
just say human a lot.
I don't fucking feel like losing my banking and shit, so I'll call them whatever they want.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's true.
Right.
end up on a list now. He misgendered me. Look, dude, I didn't know what you were. I just didn't know.
I couldn't tell what you were.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy.
We've peeped him out at the Dollar General.
You're talking about the one over here by.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like I said,
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah.
fucking like your height, Brian, and like 130 pounds.
Oh. I wish I was 130 pounds.
I'm definitely going to
It'd
outlive
make my
me.
dick look really huge.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I want to lose weight.
Anorexic, my dick would look.
There's
so
no
huge.
other reason to lose weight except for to make your dick look bigger.
Right,
It's a fact.
Yep.
it's true.
Lose that fat pad.
The fat pad will take. Dude, I would be normal length
Yeah.
if I didn't have the fat pad.
You gotta get rid of that shit.
I gotta get the weight
Dave-
off. I would see they need to do lipo there.
Just there.
If I
don't
do
care
lipo
about- I don't
there,
care about
dude,
the stomach. I care about-
I'm respectable if you get rid of all the fat.
Not the lump stomach, the secondary lump, the one above the male fupa.
If I went down to the pubic bone, I'm all right.
No,
I'm all right.
telling you, man.
But because of the fat, only a few inches shows.
Exactly.
You got to get there's a crevasse.
Yep. I know.
Where it's all sitting in there.
Yep. Anyways,
all right, trannies and dicks.
trannies and dicks.
I'm
Also,
not
we're-
here to talk about my
fucking-
transition.
We're fucking 90s shock jocks here, All right, we're gonna put a bat up your pussy if you call in at 5. You're the fifth caller.
We're giving tit jobs away,
The
but only
squirt
one
off.
tit.
Yeah.
Talking about
You can
squirt
only get
offs
one
and,
tit done.
He didn't say baseball bat. He meant a bat.
Like it's some new thing. Yeah, people have sex. Ah. You ever hear about it?
He's gonna put a COVID bat up here.
Yeah, a COVID bat up your pussy, and we'll make a racial joke on top of it.
Oh,
Just
saucy.
we do all the shock jock fucking
All
triple
right.
threat. Yeah.
So, am I to believe that Tom Araya's wife forced him to go back out on the road?
She talked him into it.
She got sick of being at home.
I just thought it was crazy.
tired
that,
of the bank account shrinking.
I just
Maybe,
thought
yeah.
it was crazy that, like, Carrie King releases the first song, and it's like 2 days later, Riot Fest, Slayer's headlining.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I just read the article 2 days before he released the song from his new album, and I'm like, and he's talking about like no disrespect to Slayer, no nothing like that. He's just like, I just wanted to keep going, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So.
And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, Tom's like, yeah, "We're gonna do a." I don't. No, it's not a full reunion tour. It's just two
shows.
So.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I think they're doing a show in Chile.
Chile.
Where
Rock and
Tom's
Rio.
from?
Yeah, I think they're doing a show in Chile and Brazil too.
Yeah, Chile. You mean Rock and Rio? Rio's not in fucking Chile. What the fuck am I talking about?
I think they're doing
Yeah.
like Brazil.
Same
I think they're
area.
doing a Brazil and Chile show.
see.
I think they're doing two here, but I think because dude, they're so huge in South America.
Oh yeah.
They're so huge there.
I think
so.
I heard that Tom is Chilean.
He's
or
Chilean.
Yeah.
From somewhere I heard that.
Was he born there?
I don't know.
I don't. I think he's from.
I think he's born
from
here.
California.
Yeah,
he is
I think his
but he's
fam-
Chilean descent.
I think his parents, at least one of his parents were born there, though. I believe.
Probably.
Lombardo is a Cuban. Dave Lombardo is Cuban.
Cuban,
and
Chilean, same thing.
Jeff Henneman, not Latino.
No.
Jeff was white.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that about Korn. Korn actually only had one white member.
Oh yeah.
One full white member. Brian Welch.
Oh.
Because Jonathan Davis is half Scottish, half Mexican.
Oh.
John Schaefer is a Mexican that was adopted by the Schaefer. I mean, he calls him mom, dad.
Yeah.
He's Mexican. Obviously, Fieldy's Mexican.
Mhm.
David Silvera may not be Anglo-Saxon.
Might
So-
not be.
But David's also of mixed white.
So who's the
and
only white
white.
one?
Brian Head Welch.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The others are either mixed or just flat out Mexican.
Huh.
So
Did not know that.
I just thought Korn was white for some reason in my mind.
They
Korn's
seem
white
white.
guys. I don't know, but really, there's only the one guy, Brian.
Well, actually, yeah, I forget because I kind of forgot about him. I forgot that Jonathan Davis was mixed.
Yeah, well, his brother, his half brother or whatever, is from Edema. It's got a Latin last name.
Yeah, that's right.
Tom Araya was born in Chile. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Was he really?
Yep. He was born in Vina del Mar, Chile.
Vina Del Mar.
Somewhere near the sea.
Yep.
That's what that means.
Tomas Enrique Araya
Wow.
Diaz.
Yeah.
His son is the second.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Bullet points.
Well,
I haven't looked at any other.
it's
My
funny
bad. I've been a
because
Slayer fan for almost 40 years, and I didn't know he was really from. I knew he was Chilean. I didn't know he was born there.
yeah, he
Oh.
and they have that song "God Hates Us All,"
Yes.
but God also hates you.
Yes. God hates me.
Because of this bathroom renovation that's been going on
Yeah,
for
how's
5
that?
weeks.
about 6 months.
What's been
5
going on?
5
man?
weeks?
It's 6 weeks. Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Okay. So basically, Mom wanted to do like a quick, throw some tile down, blah blah blah. You know,
Yeah.
like stick tile can go over pretty much anything.
Bought a giant vanity.
Bought a giant vanity.
Very nice vanity.
It's really not huge, as big. It's just it's not. It didn't work right. But you know, tried to do it her way, the way she wanted to try to do it. It didn't work. Had to do a self-leveling floor first. It's still like there's like 4 layers of floor under this.
Oh wow.
The walls are bowed. I have been working to make everything look as straight as fucking possible. But this bathroom had a serious there was a serious plumbing issue well before my parents lived in it. And it is so like they were able to, you know, put stuff around it, make it look good. And so that's what I have to do. And so we had to get a smaller vanity. And it showed up yesterday. And the fucking legs are broke.
Wow.
So, again, it's still not going to be done.
The toilet works.
I dropped that bitch right back in. That was the easiest fucking part. I mean, dude, you buy a toilet, everything's in it.
Oh, yeah.
You literally follow like 5 little instructions.
It's nothing to put a toilet in.
Boom, done. You make sure that wax string
the
goes
little wax
on.
ring at the bottom.
You make sure it goes on, and you feel it fucking seat down in, and like, boom, done. You bolt it in, you're done. Yeah. Even once I put that self-leveling floor down and did the tile, I did a really good job on the fucking tile.
Yeah,
it does look good.
I'm really impressed with how, like, I didn't fuck up the cuts or anything. I'm very happy with it. For the most part, I was happy with considering what I've been dealing with. And then, like, I'm not a carpenter. I'm a machinist.
And then flooring installation's hard too.
But like, you know, like even like putting trim work, doing trim work, you know, you gotta cut angles. You gotta, you know, bring them together.
Trim work, man. Yeah.
You gotta bring them in. You know, you got corners of the wall, and you got trim button up to trim from one wall to the next. You know, okay, that's great. But if the walls are all over the place, it's not easy.
No, that would make it.
There's going to be a lot of cover up. There's going to be a lot of cover up. So, but yeah, you know, if there's a God, you hate me.
Yeah.
Or my mom, but I don't think so.
As Tom said, God hates us all.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm briefly thinking about the squirt off.
Yeah.
Why didn't they get her to fucking be the judge?
We looking for some niggas who be sucking pussy lip.
They could still get her
Sexy
there.
Red.
Yeah.
She could out squirt both of them.
Oh, I know
easily.
she
Yeah.
could.
Yeah. So, like, let her judge and then go, fuck both you bitches. I'll out squirt you all.
Hose.
Just fucking.
And then she'll be like, sucking pussy
stabbing
lips.
it.
Yep. And then she'll be like, pop, 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 pop.
Pop, pop. Slaps the clit a few times.
Fucking power wash some fucking aluminum
Fucking just
siding.
sprays both of them. Like, just fucking just gushes their face with it.
It's like a fucking fire hose in Selma.
It'd be like, like
It is what men do.
It'd be like a kung fu movie where they get squirted with it and they're like, and they do flips like 18 feet away and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
You are right, brother. It's what men do.
It is.
Yep. We do shit. We get shit done.
Eventually.
We handle stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
Joseph said, brother, you say it comes with everything, but does it come with a piss or a shit? No. It comes with all the hardware, Joseph. God.
No. My dad broke it in 5 minutes after I set that bitch in there and told him the water was filled.
I got a shit.
I go,
out.
There you go. He's like, all right.
I'm gonna.
My crossword puzzle.
Mike has to. You got to call it early. You got to
No. I was imitating your dad.
He was quoting our dad.
Yeah.
I have to shoot.
That's pretty. It's a pretty accurate usual quote there. Doesn't say shit. He's like, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't swear too much.
Not really.
No, I've actually never heard him swear.
Oh, he swear. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He doesn't swear like everybody we know does, like every other word.
No, he used to some, like when he was around like the guys and stuff, he would a little bit, but he's never been been a big swear. Unless you get him,
Angry.
Yeah. Then
yeah.
Yep.
There's some swearing going on.
Still to this day, it's my favorite. When I first moved back here, that first winter, and They
He
went.
cursed out mom.
They went to the store, and she embarrassed him. She was yelling at him in the store. She demeaned him in the store.
Women don't do
and
that.
he fucking walked out and was out in the car.
Yep.
And she comes out in the car, and then they pull up, and she's opening the door, and she's still going. Like the door opens, and you hear, and then he's walking in, or she's walking in, and he opens the door, and I'm outside on the phone, and he goes, "What part of shut the fuck up didn't you hear?" And I was like,
so anybody in the neighborhood who doesn't know my parents would hear that and instantly think that
He's
my
psycho.
dad's abusive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's the complete opposite.
When they don't know the full
Yeah.
story.
and I'm on the phone and with Neil, and he's like, "What was that?" I go, "That was my dad telling my mom to shut the fuck up."
No, man.
He's like, "Are you serious?" I go, "My mom must have fucking really pissed him off."
Yeah, there's no way he would just do that. Oh, it's so
Well,
good.
because he hadn't really met mom and dad a lot, but he met them, and he met dad enough times to know that my dad doesn't talk like that.
My dad's one of his moves back when my parents were younger and healthier and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He would be at a red light because she would typically drive because she wanted to drive back, and he would fucking just get out of the car and walk home like at an intersection.
Yeah.
He would just get out. And then when he got a little older, he would call me, like, "Can you come get me?" I'm like, "Where are you?" Like, I picked him up one time at like 14 in Hayes.
Wow.
He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, I got out of the car. I couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, "Oh."
She just wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, his thing was that she gets me in that car and traps me where I can't get away. But I get, well, you got away.
So you just made me there's a movie with Steve Carell and Julianne Moore called Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh,
And
okay.
he thinks everything's going good and his wife doesn't, and she's saying stuff to him, and she's basically getting to the point where she's going to say, "I want a divorce." And they're driving down the street, and he's like, "Don't do it. And she's like, "Well, I think we need to." And he's like, "No." And he opens the door and just throws himself out.
Yeah.
He just jumps out the car as it's moving.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he made me think of. Your dad just got so sick of hearing. He's like, "Nope," and just throws himself out the car.
Yep. Don't want to listen no more. Yeah, man.
That's great.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I mean, hey, man.
we've
you
all
know,
been there.
Look, like Butters says, man, he's like, "We all pay for it.
It's true.
Just I don't have to listen to them their stupid fucking shit."
That's true. Yeah, there's been times where I had to walk away and walk home. I did it from here once. We were here and something was going on, and I don't remember what was going on or who said it, but Danielle was, I don't know what was going on, but she was pretty rude to somebody. And I don't remember what it was about. I think Matt was here too, but she was rude to somebody, and I was like, "I'm not doing this anymore." And I walked out and I started walking home from here.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I got to 11 Mile and Gratiot before she caught up to me. I was by National Coney Island. And she's like, "What's your problem?" I'm like, "You're being fucking rude." And she's like, "Come on, get in the car. We'll go back." I'm like, "I ain't going back."
No. That's
She's like, "Well,
over.
I want to go back." I'm like, "I'm going to keep walking then."
I'm like, that's
nope.
over. Yeah.
I don't even know what it was about. It's
I
been
have
so
I remember
long.
that.
I don't even know if Elizabeth was born yet. I think
I've walked-
Donovan was born.
I've walked home from situations, many
Yeah.
of them, with women, with just like, it used to be when in my early years when I was first going to bars, tequila, tequila or Jack Daniels. If I was doing either of those, usually came a pretty severe blackout.
Yeah.
Something stupid, blah blah blah, and then I'm walking home. But I usually didn't remember shit.
When we went down to not the Super Bowl, but we went downtown to party the week of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was me, you, Bob, and Frank. And for some reason, we determined that you were the one that could drive us home. And you're like, "Well, I think you're probably the least drunk because you're drunk more often than we are. So it's probably going to have to be you." You're like, "Fine." If something Frank said set you off, well, imagine that.
Yeah.
And then you paraded every one of us the whole way home.
In a snowstorm?
In a snowstorm. And I thought, and none of us even argued and defended ourselves because we thought we were going to wreck and die. I'm just sitting there like this, like scared for my life, because it was a snowstorm in a Thunderbird.
Yeah.
And he's fucking changing lanes. I'm like, dude, we're gonna crash. The minute he hits anything slick, we're dead.
Yeah.
And he's weaving in and out of traffic in a sleet storm, screaming at us. I'm like, yeah, Al, you're right. We're bad. You know, I'm trying to keep him
We're the
calm.
worst. You're great.
Yeah.
Stop.
And then like we got home and like I wouldn't say I confronted him about it. I just asked him like, hey, dude, like, why did you flip out? He's like, I don't remember. I mean, what are you talking about?
That
I
was
was
the
like,
martini bar.
I was like, you were screaming at all of us like we did something wrong, or it started with because we parked at the Renaissance Center.
Yeah.
This is the first thing that got you mad at me, and then it became all of us. We were walking back, and I go, we're parked at the base of the Renaissance Center, and it's the tallest building downtown. And I go, it's right there, Al. We're gonna walk towards. And he's like, no, it's that way. I said, Al, it's the tallest building in the fucking. I said it in a rude way to you, and you were pissed at me. Like, fucking talk to me like that. I'm like, all right, whatever. Let's go get the car. I'm not gonna argue with you because I'm not. You offer. Actually, you said you would drive, so I'm not gonna ruin it. Then it started. Frank said something that set you off.
Yeah.
And then you're looking. You're looking back at him, screaming. While you're
Not
driving,
looking at the road.
and then fucking, and then even Frank, who always likes to argue, Frank's like, Al, please just watch the road. Al. Frank, who's usually not afraid of anything, was just scared to death we were gonna die. And Bobby's just sitting there like, this is horrible.
Bobby, who'd sat through a couple tours in Iraq,
He was completely silent.
I apologize for my behavior.
Even Bobby was quiet.
yeah,
The three biggest mouths of my life were in one car.
yeah.
And then, but Al was the only one talking because we were just so scared.
That's great.
You have returned.
It's one of my favorite stories.
Yeah. It's just drunk bullshit.
Yeah.
Everybody flips out when they drink. I was
Brian's
been here. I've done the Doyle Hargraves. Everybody get out. I did the fuck. I've done the Hargraves kick everybody out, and everybody's like, the fuck is this
They
problem?
had a fucking martini bar in the Renaissance Center.
Oh, for the Super Bowl?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking Dwayne, one of Dwayne's coworkers was like, dude, you know that guy right there? He's like, what guy? He goes, the fucking guy with the fucking beard, fucking slugging him down at the martini bar.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, I know him.
Wow.
Because he thought, it wasn't because I was slugging martinis down. He just thought it was weird that this crazy looking fucking bearded hippie motherfucker was fucking drinking martinis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. You were hardcore back then. When we were in Vegas, we fucking drank at the bar at the hotel till I don't know when, 4 or 5 in the morning. I fucking went to bed, woke up, and I was so hungover. It was like midday when I woke up, and you guys were already. You and Rachel were back at that bar. I was like, and you're like, you want one? I'm like, dude, that's the last thing on my mind right now.
Yeah.
And he's like,
she could hang with me, but she didn't like to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was hanging with you then.
Yeah.
I fucking
like
couldn't.
if we when we would go on like a vacation, you know, it was like we'd have fun, but like regularly, like she she wanted a fucking normal life, you know.
Yeah.
She wanted to do like normal shit, you know.
And those two guys from North Carolina were there drinking too, and they were like talking.
That was that outside bar, right?
Yeah,
it was out by the.
They're talking my ear off. I'm just trying not to die
Yeah.
in my chair.
I think
oh, man, older.
I think there's still a picture of a bunch of us on my Facebook. I think.
Wow.
From that. Yep, those two guys. There was like 2 guys, and then I'm almost positive.
Yeah, they're good old boys. They were real nice, but they were just fucking. I just didn't want to talk, and the dude was just talking my ear off.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
I'm just, please shut up.
But when you just want
like
quiet for like 10 minutes,
I know.
people
I
won't stop talking.
I know it's not the morning, but to me it's morning right now, and you're talking my ear off, and so I fucking went and sat at a slot machine just so no one would speak to me.
Yeah.
And just eating wings. Please.
Wings are the best thing to eat when you're alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Oh, I would get up and it would be usually it was like a tomato juice or a red beer, tomato juice and beer.
Yeah.
Which is the original Bloody Mary.
Yep.
And then there was that British couple.
Yep.
We were hammering, drinking with these British couple, and the dude was like 6 foot, he's a huge ass guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was he was really nice and everything, but my surmise with them two, I'm like, he's like I'm her. It goes, I'm her boss. She came here on this trip because we did real good at work. I'm like, this is an affair.
Yeah.
One of you is married because you fucking came from England to here, just the two of you.
Yeah.
And you're just your boss.
Right.
That's something.
This is an affair.
Yeah.
I'm like this.
Were you the only two people at work that did well, or did everybody do well?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna tell a 6'5" fucking Cockney guy, hey, you're a fucking affair. Get my teeth punched in.
Yeah.
You know, like
Rachel and I met some interesting people over the years.
Yeah.
In Vegas, in Wyoming, in fucking Idaho. Like, we went to this lava hot springs.
it's funny you bring that. Remember that pool, the hot tub area?
Yep.
They were all from Wyoming.
Yeah.
All the people that were there.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were cool too.
Like up in Idaho. There's a lot of hot springs throughout that area, but we'd go to this place called Lava Hot Springs, and we'd rent a cabin, and there was the whole city. Like, the pool was tied into. So you go out to the pool in February, it's 5 degrees, but the pool is 190 degrees. You know, it's beautiful.
It's all geothermal.
Yeah, and so we had a hot tub too. And we met this couple, and they were from Utah, and they worked at a bar in Salt Lake City, and we were partying with them at this bar, and then we're like, oh, well, you can come back over. We'll drink. You know, we're right across the street, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, we're down the street. So they came over, and I mean, they were cool as hell. And then when we got back to the place, we were like, well, we can get in the jacuzzi or whatever and drink. And both of them literally just took all their clothes off and got in the jacuzzi.
Wow.
I'm like, and Rachel's like, that was weird. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Those people straight up thought
they
you
were
were
young.
swingers too.
They were young though, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, and they're like, and the girl goes, oh, did you not want us to take our clothes off? I'm like, well, I guess it don't. She goes, you know, we just thought like that's what we do. So I'm like, okay. And I just dropped my clothes and got in.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever.
Heck yeah.
Nothing happened. I mean,
No. It's all simple nudity. And
But I just wanna see it.
It was interesting to watch, you know.
Yeah. She's like, I just want to see it. That's all.
Yeah.
Come on.
And at that point, you're not gonna be like, no, you need to put those clothes back
Yeah,
on. You've already seen it.
I'm pretty sure that's what, because like she had a nice little body.
Yeah.
So I mean, she didn't have no boobies, but she had a nice little body. But she probably wanted to see. Yeah, she probably wanted to see nudity or something.
The throbbing thrill hammer.
Maybe I don't know.
That's probably what it was.
Maybe she had a thing for Rachel. I don't know.
Oh.
That happened a bunch of times where
Yeah.
fucking, we meet couples and girls would be like, "Oh, you're so pretty," and I'm like, "Oh, great, she's gonna go les on you."
Yeah. It's happening. The switch.
They're preying on your woman.
Yep.
Not you.
Yes.
Hey, cat.
I watched King of the Kickboxers last night.
Con.
I have not watched that movie in a long time. I don't know how long it's been for you.
Nor
Mike.
have probably since the 90s.
It was like mid 90s since I've seen that thing.
Did you watch it on Tubi?
No, I didn't. I actually couldn't find it anywhere, so I watched it on YouTube. Watched it on
Billy
YouTube.
Blanks.
It was a really good copy on YouTube, surprisingly. And as I watch it, I realize this is just a lower budget version of Kickboxer.
That's
It's
all
almost
it
the
is.
same plot. But you know what? It was better than I remember. It's not a horrible movie, you know?
Yeah. It's pretty violent.
It's violent. It's a little bit of cheese, but it's basically, if you've seen Kickboxer, it's the same thing.
The way he throws prangs, like one hand like he's a sack of potatoes.
That's the only thing that the outlandish like displays of power and
the
stuff.
strength that he had.
Yeah, he had that. The move he did where he jumped up in the air and he like
the closing
with his
leg
legs,
thing, yeah.
and then somehow at one point he did that. And like before he hit the ground, he kicked the guy in the chest. Also, like, well, that's not physically possible. So
Yeah,
there's some of that stuff.
If you
but-
tried to do that leg thing,
Yeah.
you would just get power bombed and fucking beaten to death.
well, yeah, because Jake's brother, the first one he killed in the movie, he defended it. He put his arms up
Yeah.
in front of his head, and it's still the force of the legs closing pushed his own hands into his head and messed him up.
Yeah, I like how the only way to simulate his powers with 5,000-pound logs swinging at you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That's how we're gonna get you ready.
But it really, because I started watching, because they made a second one, King of the Kickboxers 2, Fighting Spirit. That's a pile of shit garbage. That's horrible. The first one's actually not as bad as I remember it being.
It's a guy from No Retreat, No Surrender 2.
Yeah, that
Forgot his name.
The white guy, Lauren Avedon.
Yeah.
He's actually decent. He's a good martial artist, and he's got some.
He's a
charisma.
fairly decent actor too.
Yeah, so it wasn't a bad movie. Plus, there's boobs in it.
The chicken, it's hot.
The what? Yeah, Molly.
Yeah, the
They
fucking
all are.
blonde.
Yeah, she's hot. She had a nice
Fucking hot
body,
as
so
fuck,
that made
dude.
it better. And then
she was in like other shit.
my
like,
my
I've seen
favorite
her.
part though is like, you gotta go in the jungle. You gotta find this kickboxing champion. He's the best. He's the only one who can help you defeat Khan. What's his name? Frank. That's his name.
Frank. Yeah.
Just some guy from Thailand who's the best ever
Named
living.
Frank.
And his name is Frank. He doesn't look like a Frank to me.
Yeah.
Also, Billy Blanks doesn't look like a Khan to me.
Yeah. Khan and Frank.
Yeah, I think they got the names reversed.
They should have.
You know.
Well, you'll be glad to know she's been nude in a lot of stuff, and I think
What's
she
her
was on
name?
Playboy. Sherry Rose.
Okay.
She's
She's good looking.
Yeah, she's.
But basically, it amounted to is like
She's still really good looking. I was looking at pictures.
he had
of
to
her.
go there and stop him, and he's like, I don't want to go to Thailand, and they're like, all right, well, here's the case. Look through it, and he's watching it, and all of a sudden it's Khan, so he's got to go there and get revenge.
You have to. You got no choice.
And basically, what it amounts to is that Khan, they're doing a bunch of other stuff, but the main thing they're doing is making illegal movies. He's like,
Snuff movie.
but they're making snuff. That's all they're doing. It's
Yeah.
just snuff.
And then he's like, then he pretends like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, hey, that guy's hurt.
Yeah.
And Sherry
Yeah.
Rose is definitely hot. I
Oh,
don't.
she
remember-
still looks good.
You know, the
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
thing is, I
No,
don't
she
even.
has
I don't
a-
even remember a woman being in the movie. That's
She
how
has
long
a
it's-
child with John
Jeffrey-
Winchester.
Yeah, I was just saying, right there is Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
She kind of has a kind of a.
That was her with Eric Roberts.
Yeah. That's too bad. She's hot though, man.
She
She's 58 years old. She looks fucking badass.
here
looked good.
You don't remember, but basically what happened is like they're at the place and they'd already made a couple of Khan movies, and like, Khan, take your pick of all these women. There's all these women. He's like, I pick her. And she's like, what? No, I ain't. And then she takes it back to the room, and he's gonna just totally rail her. And she's like, I need to wash myself for you. And he's like, yeah, go wash yourself. And then she escapes,
Mm-hmm.
and he helps her after she escapes. White dude does, and that's how they meet. And then
they make love.
they eventually make love. And then when Khan kidnaps her and also kills Frank,
Dude, he killed Frank.
Yeah,
Frank
and then he
died.
throws his
Jesus.
body like.
it's in a sack. It's in like just a sack, his body, and he just takes the sack and is like, ha, one-handed, throws it about 30 feet.
Brian, I have something really embarrassing to admit.
What?
I seen that movie.
Yeah.
And because I used to have to watch those movies at very, very low volume because I didn't want to like wake somebody up.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not just a memory thing. I would watch at very low volume and stuff.
Yep.
I thought all these years Frank's name was Prang.
No. Oh, maybe it is.
I thought it was Prang.
Hold on.
I didn't know it was Frank.
Same thing. I'm not watching a very high volume because I'm only one room over from where my wife's sleeping for work the next day.
But it's hilarious if his name is Frank. Because I thought it was.
Oh, fuck, man.
Is it Prang?
No, I don't know.
I don't know what his name
I'm
is.
trying to get to it. Fucking A. Am I wrong? I just said Frank.
Wait,
It is. It's Prang. I'm sorry.
Okay. Is it really?
It is.
Oh yeah. It says
is
right
Prang.
here.
I thought it was
Keith
Okay,
Prang.
same thing. I didn't, because sometimes I'll even turn captions on so I can hear what's going on or read what's going on.
Frank. I thought I was like all these years I was wrong. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you
Prang.
doubt yourself about this classic film.
Yeah.
It's Prang.
You're still
I'm
real
so
to
sorry.
me, Prang.
That's what I thought was weird. I'm like, their names. Why is his name Khan, but his name Frank?
Billy Blanks. Khan.
Khan. He's just some black dude living in Asia.
It's like,
Khan. He's very strong.
I'm the great Khan.
I mean, he was more like a Khan than John Wayne ever was. But
I'm the great Khan.
Yeah.
Pilgrim.
We're gonna take out the Sultan.
We're
Who
gonna
plays
take
the-
out the Sultan.
The Sultan's
Pilgrim.
Burt Lancaster.
Yeah.
Burt Lancaster could
Oh,
would
the
never do it.
blatant racism in fucking Hollywood in the 40s.
They're
I'm
like
telling you, man.
We played Jim Thorpe.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah.
he did, but he does have some Native American.
Yeah, that is true because he played another. But yes, he does. But yeah,
but
it's,
he's
yeah.
it's like it's not a lot.
no.
It's not a lot, and he was another one, Apache drums or something like that, where they literally
he
painted,
played.
they painted him red.
Yeah, like Jeffrey Chandler played Cochise
Yeah.
in Broken Arrow.
Yep.
And he was not
No.
at all. I mean, he was like a handsome white guy who
Yes.
died really young of pneumonia at
Yeah.
like 42 years old.
Shit happened back then.
Yeah.
Average lifespan was a lot lower back then, in the 50s.
Yeah, he died in like the early 60s. Like,
60s.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he died in
you
like
know,
the early like,
thing
he was
that
like
used to
42.
kill a lot of men until the 70s, till the technology got good with stents. People had dudes.
Oh, yeah.
If you made like our age, we would be like, well, it probably is for us,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
but like, you could die at any moment from a heart attack.
any
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
of John, probably every single one of John Wayne's guys like that were like his main guys. They all had some kind of heart attacks. Yeah.
When they chain smoked,
Chain smoked, they drank.
yeah.
They ate like probably ate like shit. I don't know.
And when you heard of fucking how much Richard Burton used to drink, it's fucking
Richard Burton was
insane.
a really bad alcoholic.
Then
Yeah.
him and the fucking
Liz?
Lawrence of Arabia guy.
Peter O'Toole.
Peter O'Toole.
They
Yeah.
were such big drunks, man.
Oh, yeah.
Their buddy Richard Harris,
Yes, also
he
big
drank
drunk.
too.
Mhm.
Albert Finney was a hell of a drunk.
Yeah.
So,
And
they're,
hell of an actor.
yeah, they're all really good actors.
Oh, they're
Richard
great at
Burton's
their
probably the
craft.
worst.
Albert Finney was, I think he was in the movie with Robbie Benson where I got the line, Noli's not a retard. I'm almost positive.
Is that the ice skating one?
I don't know. It's like, Noli's not a retard. I used to do it to Jay all the time. I think, I'm pretty sure Albert Finney, Robbie Benson in the movie, and I'm pretty sure he was slow or something. His name was Noli. He wasn't a retard.
He definitely wasn't a retard.
Noli's not a retard. I used to do it all the time.
I gotta find out what movie that is.
Yeah.
One-on-one?
Sure. I mean, I don't remember. I just remember that line. I literally don't remember anything from the movie other than there was a retard named Noli that said, "No, he's not a retard." Yeah. And
Don't fuck with me, retard.
I'm gonna get canceled for using retard so many times.
You're just quoting from a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why they could get you for that.
I want Rebecca to say that to me.
Don't fuck with me, retard.
Oh,
You got
dude,
it, Mr. DeMornay.
Dude, if she said that to me, I'd immediately get a boner.
Come so hard.
I would say, please fuck me, retard. I think that would be cool too.
Yeah. She's a good-looking woman.
Please fuck this retard.
You know, I watched her in a movie, and I've forgotten about this movie. I don't know if you remember it, Mike. The Slugger's Wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's such a bad movie.
Yeah, it's
Is
not
it bad?
good.
I
is
haven't
it?
seen it.
Who's
Oh,
in?
no,
I mean, it's not bad. Her acting's okay. His acting's okay. It's a guy from Caddyshack,
Right.
Michael O'Keefe, and it's a Neil Simon, I think, the guy who wrote all those plays and stuff, and he wrote this, and it's not.
Should have stuck to plays.
Well, he wrote a bunch of movies too, but he's always known for his writing, and this one was just like, man, I don't know. I'm watching. I'm like, oh, I remember this movie being a lot better. The baseball stuff's good, and the stuff between them is okay, but her acting is just a little. I don't know. I don't know if they just didn't get along on set. Something didn't work out. It was not as good as I remember. Not as good. The music was horrible. They're like, she's gonna be a big star with her singing, and they ever do singing these songs, and they had her sing her own songs in this, and they must have been half deaf if they thought she's gonna be a superstar, because their singing was not
No.
good.
I didn't see it.
DeBornay? Rebecca DeMornay did?
Yeah, her
Oh.
singing voice is not great.
I've never known her to sing.
No, it was an okay movie, but it wasn't as good as I remember. And I'm like, I thought this movie was really well received. And I look it up and it's got like a Rotten Tomato score of like 13 or something. I'm like, oh no, this movie wasn't good. That's right. I know not many people remember it. I know you would, Mike. You always remember those movies.
Sluggers. I just haven't seen it in so long.
Randy Quaid's in it.
Okay, yeah.
Randy Quaid plays the catcher, and he doesn't really hit that well. Like, we have to get rid of him. And he's like, you can't get rid of him.
Here's Rebecca De Mornay singing Lights of Las Vegas.
Okay.
See if she's
Just
it's like shitty karaoke.
well, in The Slugger's Wife, she did like cover songs. It wasn't even like her own music. It was like she was covering like real songs. And it was just, I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good movie, and when I watched it again 30 years later, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, sometimes
no.
you rewatch.
I watched it on Tubi TV.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Heard somebody I know talk about
They
it.
changed Tubi. They changed the way it looks and everything. They've changed the whole interface. And I was like worried.
Have they been acquired too?
Well, they already were. They were part of one of them.
They're part of Viacom now.
They actually are part of Viacom, I believe.
Are they seriously?
No, I'm not even joking.
Just
I think
a
it's
good
part of
guess.
Viacom. I'm pretty. Either
There's only like 4 companies that own everything in TV.
One of the other free ones is owned by. I don't know if it's them or the other one that's owned by Viacom. But basically, whatever. Tubi's the best one.
Brothers, I made a TikTok and a Frumble. Okay.
What's Rumble?
Follow us on TikTok. We're not on Rumble.
Well, when you do get a Rumble, first of all, we got to get ready to get a Rumble.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
we're like, and once we start getting ready, we'll be like, let's get ready to Rumble,
Yeah.
and then we'll be rumbling.
Well, today if you notice, if you guys had Brian, because you usually astute notice these things. I
Yeah, I
tried
saw
to go live earlier, but when I was trying to go live, it was trying to get restreamed to link up to Instagram, because a lot of people respond to us and talk to us on Instagram.
Yes,
It didn't fucking work.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
And we're approved on there. Everything's fine. We're allowed to stream on there, but getting to stream through the restream it's not working. So I did it. I tried it I didn't try all day. I gave it like 4 tries and then gave up because I didn't want to fucking be annoyed.
I kept on seeing it pop up. So we are live. I'm like, we are?
Yeah, I gave up. But yeah, we'll have it. Because I just think we'd probably have some engagement on there with.
Well,
because people we know, they're always on Instagram, and they're always there, and they like respond to anything I put on there. So if I put the fucking show on there, maybe they'll watch us there. I don't know.
Well, I put a link in our little group text right now. If you could play that, it's one of Rebecca De Mornay's songs in The Slugger's Wife.
Okay.
You may know the song if you hear it. It's a cover of a little known song. If it worked, I don't know.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You should just listen to a few minutes of it, a few seconds of it.
Okay.
Why not? Yeah, that's what you think.
Little Red Corvette.
Yeah.
By Rebecca De Mornay.
I think she wrote the song.
I'll go to the fucking verse. The chorus, rather. Boy, this is fucking terrible. Done. I'm done. It's fucking
So she
horrible.
does, yeah. And she's doing these songs. She did that. She did.
You're still the hottest woman ever, Rebecca.
She did "Hungry Heart" by Bruce Springsteen.
Oh boy.
She did a bunch of like these cover songs, and I'm like, what? And these people are like, she's gonna be the next big thing. I'm like, she is. Were the mid '80s that bad?
She was hot. I mean,
she had the look, I guess, but God. And then her writing partner is like, it's like, she's going places. You're holding her back with your slugging or whatever he's doing. And you need to let her go so she can make it.
Oh, I forgot. We are on fucking Rumble. I just haven't done anything there.
I didn't even know what a fucking Rumble was.
He's like, this is you guys? And I put... There's a video of us... Oh, the video of Morgan and...
Yes, I didn't realize
Whoa.
just now.
Nah, not at all.
Not
Not at all.
Holy shit.
I was trying to figure out how I was talking when I wasn't talking.
Fat guys arguing about cooking.
Oh?
That's that's Frank and Morgan actually.
Oh, I thought I forgot about that. They don't know anything about cooking.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Slugger's wife, which I watched on Tubi.
Yeah, we are on Rumble. Sorry.
Sorry about that. I didn't remember Rumble. And I started watching something else on there last night, and I was like, man, they got some shit on this channel. Some good shit, but also some really bad shit.
Well, yeah, it's
free TV.
It's free. What are you gonna do?
They have some newer stuff. A lot of Chuck Norris stuff.
I'm not trying to trick you, Joseph. I just don't fucking use it ever.
No, we straight up forgot about Rumble.
Yeah, totally.
No, I have it on my phone and as Lord Despot, and I'll occasionally watch some sort of, dissident fucking right-wing political thing on there. But I don't tend to the Radio Underground thing at all on there. Not one bit.
Do you have a Telegram account?
I do.
Oh, I don't even know what the fuck that is. I just found out Telegram's a thing.
Well, Telegram's like, you got to be careful on Telegram.
Well, that's what I was
you got
going
to
to
be
say.
real careful on Telegram
Because I got one.
You'll find yourself in there's some stuff on there.
A pickle.
Yeah.
Because I still get these random, totally real, super hot ladies that totally want me on Snapchat.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And be like, check out my Telegram thing. I'm like, what the fuck is a Telegram?
Yeah.
I thought maybe you're sending a telegram over the wires. Maybe it's something like that, but apparently it's not.
Yeah,
it's a real app.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's basically people that have been kicked off everything. Then they go on Telegram when it's like their final thing.
From what I've read, a lot of people go on it now too because they're trying to pimp their OnlyFans pages also.
Yeah, they don't censor anything there.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's like illegal activity. I mean,
Yeah, like lost profit stuff.
You can't. No fucking pizza, cheese pizza. Stuff like that. But there is some, like, if you think you have an extreme political opinion, then you go on there like, oh man, the FBI is definitely in here. I'm not hanging out in here.
Yeah,
you guys are a little like this is some Fed posting going on in here.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yep.
It was a made-for-TV movie. It was not Albert Finney. George Burns was in it with him.
Oh,
and he was a 21-year-old retard. But they say intellectually disabled.
Okay, so it wasn't Albert Finney?
No. But I swore he was in something with him. But I don't know, maybe.
I saw something with Albert Finney the other day.
We used to post on BitChute a lot, too.
Yeah, what happened with BitChute?
I quit posting on there because it took too long to upload something. Rumble, I will say, was quick, but I just stopped going there. Whatever.
Yeah.
I want to try it, like...
The Instagram's the way to go.
Yeah. Instagram and TikTok. See, the thing is, TikTok, I did a live with my phone once just to see like how many people would like come in and of the 1,000+, and about 8 or 9 people got in there right away.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can swear, but like it's easy to report you and you lose your thing.
Yeah.
Oh, on Rumble?
No, on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
It's Chinese owned, and they're supposedly they're anti-degeneracy, even though there's girls dancing all over it.
Yeah, but like TikTok in China, very different. Like they don't do this. There isn't as much of the stupid shit that we do here.
Yeah, there's like here's how you farm.
Yeah. They do like it's not like yeah.
Here's how you fucking make a haul of potatoes in your backyard and a vine of strawberries. Yeah, everybody's not fucking insane like we are.
No.
Oh fuck!
Got a
Calf cramp. calf. Oh, that's bad.
What you do is punch yourself in the leg repeatedly. It'll go away.
Oh,
Sadly, it's getting crazy at work, so I have to peace out. Take care. May you get all the cookies and beer. Peace and chicken grease.
all right. See you. Oh, fuck.
All right. Word.
I worked out yesterday for the first time
Ever?
in a while.
Oh.
In a while. Yeah.
Yeah, that Rumble and then like Rumble
Fucking
and
leg.
Substack seem to be like places that people go that
Substack?
Well, if you get kicked off of YouTube, a lot of people.
a lot of people, but a lot of people were going there because like they weren't getting
as much cut of their.
they weren't getting
ads.
shit cut and a lot of stuff like that. Yeah.
I never even heard of Substack.
Well, and it
It's just a chat thing, I think.
Well, Rumble's good because it does have like tiers. Because there's some people that got like
For fears,
yeah
or
they have,
tiers and levels.
they have like their paid content. Like, hey, if you pay, we'll give you this extra hour.
Right.
But it's not. You don't have to go to Patreon. It would be like if YouTube had a thing where if you pay for it and you can watch it if you pay, like different a subscription. Rumble builds that all in for those guys.
Yeah.
So that's all there.
Yeah, because like I think like
We don't have any followers. Can't do that. But anyway.
so with Substack's got something because I listened to a podcast with the dude who started it, and he's like, they charge, but it's really minimal. It's like $5 a month.
So
But like they don't have to worry about like all the bullshit that goes on with
the fucking worst by far is Twitch.
yeah
Because they let the girls can literally do whatever they want and not get kicked off.
yeah
They can not full nude, but there's one girl, she got fucked on stream.
Yeah.
Dude, her boyfriend was behind her fucking her, and you can't. I mean, it wasn't like up close POV, but you could tell he's fucking her.
yeah
She just got like a 6-day suspension, but then like a dude streamer might like say faggot or something in a fit of anger at the game,
Yeah.
and he's just gone.
yeah
You know what I mean? Or threaten somebody like, I'll pound your fucking head in or something like that. Gone forever, just never to come back. And then the one girl, Alinity, threw her fucking cat, took her cat, and went fucking through. She was playing a game, got mad, and threw her fucking cat through the air. She didn't lose her fucking shit. But like a dude can't do like it because it's a pipeline for OnlyFans and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's why Amaranth and all. So so they let the girls do whatever the fuck they want.
oh yeah
And the dudes like,
I've seen tons of these broads that are like, go to my Twitch, go to my OnlyFans, go to
no,
my
I'm fine with that. But
Yeah, I
everybody
know,
should be
but-
able to do what they want.
Yeah, bitches are whores.
Yeah, but the bitches be hoes.
Bitches be hoes.
But
There's a reason.
but you can't. It's I just don't like the one thing that drives me nuts is inconsistency. If you're consistent, I don't care what your beliefs are, what side. If you're consistent with it, cool. But this thing where girls can like pump their OnlyFans, do this, and then the dude like says a fucking naughty word.
I said to an older black man years ago who was bitching about a young woman he was fucking around with, and he goes, "Bitch is crazy." I go, "Dude, at some point, a hip hop guy, and I don't know which one it was, said bitches be tripping." He goes, "He didn't just say that because it rhymed," and he just looked at me and started laughing. He goes, "You're right. He didn't say that just because it rhymed." I go, "He said it because it was true."
Yeah.
True that. Tis.
And for like a week after that, every time he saw me, he's like, "Bitches be tripping." I'm like, telling you, man.
Yeah. Another big chick on there's Andriana Shishik. I can't say. I can't
Oh,
pronounce her
I've
name.
heard of her.
Yeah. She's huge on full on porn star. Now she doesn't do it on Twitch.
No.
But she's she's using it as a pipeline.
Yeah.
Now can you imagine if we had a show like, hey guys, and we did a regular show that fits their rules. But my real show is to get you guys over there and we're gonna talk about white nationalism. We're gonna, I'm just there to get you to some fucking darker corner of the internet. I would be gone. But this chick is like getting 14-year-old dudes to fucking subscribe to her pussy juice.
She put out like a sound effects album.
Did she really?
Yeah.
What's her name?
It was all a bunch of sounds. It's just like,
Adriana Shashik.
here's a sample of one of the sounds. That was it.
This is my mascara removal sound.
Yeah. I don't remember. It was literally one of the clips was called Sword Swallower. And then she was, she was basically deep throating a large penis. And she was like, it was like that. That was the sounds.
Yeah, I'll show you what she looks like. Elle. She's definitely cute.
Oh, yeah. She's.
No doubt. As you could expect.
And there she is.
Oh yeah.
She was on Tom Segura.
Yeah. I've seen her before. I didn't know. I didn't know how you said
Her Instagram page is Brat Nasty 69.
Actually, these pictures are kind of bad of her.
Yeah.
She looks better than that.
Yeah,
to me.
Yeah,
Those
for
aren't-
sure.
She doesn't look good in these pictures.
She
Looks good on her streams. She does. She's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know because like when
She's
I
been
saw
gaped.
when I saw her name, I thought it was Chechnik. I never even really looked, but yeah.
She broke her tailbone at TwitchCon one time.
Yeah.
She tried to do a jump, and then they had like the padding was not a whole lot.
Yeah.
So
No, but you're right. It is a lot of that. That's what. Actually, they cracked down on it on Snapchat. Like if there was, like for some reason, let's say someone started to follow you, and because you can't see stuff unless you follow them back. But one of them, I swear to God, these people will pick names, and it'll be like a combination of the names of two people you know, and you're like, oh, I probably know that person, and maybe you add them by mistake, like I have. I'm totally covering my ass. I didn't add them, I swear. But they'll send you stuff. It's like, hey, and check me out. You can check out my OnlyFans and stuff. They don't do that. You can't do anything.
It's a friend of my catalog named on my contacts named Tracy Lord's back catalog. I know that one.
Well, no, I swear someone tried adding me yesterday on Snapchat. It's like, this person's on Snapchat. And it was Frank's stepdaughter's first name and then somebody else's last name. So it was like Roxy something. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, maybe it's her.
Maybe it's someone, I don't know. That's weird. I didn't add him. But still, because when I figured out, I'm like, I don't think that's the person I think it is.
Now Frank showed me how the pipeline works for that and the prostitution on there.
Yeah.
And it's one of the ones you go, hey, baby, are you lonely thing, whatever.
Yeah. That's what it ended up
That's
being.
on what, on Instagram?
Yeah, no, on
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Oh,
And he showed me where it all leads. It goes, eventually it was a prostitute living in Northville, willing to drive here or us drive there.
Okay.
So could you do two? We just wanted to see where it would go.
Remember that night when Frank was talking to somebody on right here?
Yeah. It was something similar to that, except at his house we went the full well, how much for both of us, just to see, and it was actually wasn't that bad, the price, but
Worth considering.
For both of you?
yeah,
If it's under $3, that's a deal.
I said how much for a spit roast, and I can't remember. We were drunk, but
Come on, if it's under $3, it's a deal.
spit roast, yeah.
If it's under $3, it's a deal.
And you're willing to drive here? We don't have to leave.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, okay.
That's
I guess-
funny.
I guess we'll fucking get the Swiffer ready, and we're gonna ruin the floor
Mop
here.
some stuff up.
Bust her out a couple lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird how it starts. It's
Do a-
just kind of
do a
creepy though
bump or
how it's
two.
like they kind of know that they're in your area and then
Yep.
it's because some people put their shit on a map, and then they know to find you.
I never put. Yeah, my shit's not on the map. No
Mine
one knows
ain't.
where I fucking
Mine
am.
ain't either.
No, I'm not doing that. Before we go, well, I'm sure we'll probably wrap stuff up in a
Yeah.
minute. Sports news, real quick.
Yes.
LeBron broke the 40,000 point barrier. He's the first man to ever do it. You guys thrilled?
Yeah, sure.
No one scored more points than LeBron, and no one ever will.
Is it like that significant over everybody else?
Well, he passed
Well,
Kareem last year, so he's
he-
way past Kareem now.
He's
Okay.
played for a long time, and
Yeah.
he started when he was a teenager.
He's
So
20 years. This
So
is his
he's-
21st season?
no one. The next closest person is only a couple years younger than him.
So he's
no one's going to pass him.
I think it's kind of like some of the Wilt Chamberlain stuff. It was just like the perfect set of circumstances where
Yeah.
it's just not going to be mimicked.
No. You're right.
Yeah, but I
21
mean,
years
like,
he should.
when Wilt was playing, I mean, dude, like Wilt was just above and beyond anybody else, really.
Wilt
Yeah,
averaged 50 points a game in a season.
No one will ever do 50. It'll never be a
LeBron-
50-point a game
LeBron's
guy,
had
and it'll
guys-
never be a 100-point game
LeBron's
either.
played against a lot of great players.
Yeah.
But he's just a great player.
He is. I
He's
hate
just a
him,
great-
but he's great.
Oh, I don't hate him.
I'm not a fan.
I fucking hate him, but whatever.
I don't hate him. I don't know. I mean,
He's great. His talent is fucking and can't be denied.
Yeah.
Can't deny the guy's fucking amazing talent.
yeah.
You should have seen the shot he scored the 40,000 point on. He did a little spin move one up and he laid it up. That was it. It was a little weak layup and it worked.
The dude has had a muscular physique and was quick and he had everything.
Yeah.
Had everything you need.
Yeah. And he really, even if he had colleges recruiting him, he could have, I mean, not for basketball, for football, he could have been a tight end.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He was good. So he probably could have had a football
He
career
was
too.
sort
Well,
of
he's
athletic.
just completely gifted athletic.
Yep.
I mean, what is he? 6'8"?
6'7".
Yeah.
He's like 250.
Yeah.
No, he's gifted. Well, good for you, LeBron, 40,000 points.
Yeah, sure.
But
Whatever.
that wasn't the thing. That wasn't. I just want to bring up sports in
Not
general.
the best player ever. Still,
He's not at all.
sorry.
Football, combine. We have a new record for the 40-yard dash.
Yeah, so like a Ross.
Xavier
No,
Worthy.
Ross did it before. Xavier Worthy beat Ross.
Did he
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Ross,
I saw the Ross one.
John
before
Ross.
Ross was a few years ago.
That was John Ross, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 4.22.
Yeah. This guy did 4.21.
4.21.
4.21.
You know what? The only reason I said that because I don't keep up on that, and I just saw John Ross's 4.22 today.
Oh yeah,
somewhere on my feed.
they
Yeah.
probably posted it because this guy beat it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he beat it by 1/10 of a second.
He's moving.
4.21.
Not a small guy either. 6 foot, 180 pounds. So it's
Yeah.
not like he's a little tiny guy, but he moved. 4.21. I didn't think it would happen this year. Didn't seem like anybody was fast enough to beat it.
Yeah, there's some speedy corners this year.
Did you see JJ? Not his running time. The weight he put on.
No,
JJ McCarthy put on weight since the national championship game.
really?
He's
I have-
222 pounds.
I have not watched any of the
like
combines.
you can
'cause I
see
don't
it in
have,
his neck.
I don't have
He's jizzacked.
the. I should get the NFL Network.
Get the NFL Plus. $40 for the next 6 months.
I saw
Is it?
Total, just $40. Get it.
So the video of the Troy Apke
Oh yeah.
running the 40, and Dion is announcing with some white guy in the booth, and he's like, "Holy shit!" And Dion's like, "Oh wow,
Oh, yeah.
he's really running." And he goes, "What do you mean by that, Dion?" Because he knows exactly what he meant. He's like, "You know what I mean." He goes,
Yep.
if I say it, I'll get fired. He's like, and the white guy just starts laughing because he's like, Apke ran like a 4.340,
Yeah.
like the fastest white man ever.
My favorite part of it is when they have Rich Eisen run the 40.
No,
Yeah, yeah. He
Every
runs
year.
it every year at the end.
Yep.
Yep.
So it should
What
be
does he
coming
do?
out.
What does he do?
What's
Like a
funny is-
5.2 or something?
No, what's funny is the first year it was really bad. It
Yeah.
was like really bad, and every year.
But it was kind of a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah, but every year, he does a little better, or he did for several years. I think he's getting older now, so he's probably not.
Didn't
But-
Usain Bolt do like a 4.2 in fucking khakis? Usain Bolt did like a 4.2.
Yeah,
in
Last
khakis.
year, Eisen did a 6.22.
but like he, I know that for several years after he started doing it, because he was still pretty young at that time. You know, he was, but he was getting better and better every year. He would knock like a little bit off every year. It was cool. And then like, he's getting older and 6.22, huh?
Yeah, that was last year.
But he does it. He does put tennis shoes on.
Oh,
running
yeah,
shoes.
he gets ready for it now.
But like every year he did it in his suit. He just put at first he just put running shoes on.
yeah.
Yep.
Trying to find just the
Dude,
times.
Usain Bolt did a 4.2240
Yeah.
in fucking dress clothes.
Yeah.
So fucking properly warmed up, he would probably break the fucking. Jesus, that guy's a freak of nature.
Well, Rich, after they challenged him to do it, and he's like, "All right," and he did it the one year, and it was so popular that's why he's like, "Oh," and now he does it for donations to St. Jude.
Yeah.
So I don't know who the guy is.
He's
'cause
a Wolverine. So
But there's this huge white defensive lineman, and the fucking guy ran like a 4.5, like just under 4.6 40. This guy was huge, and everyone was shocked.
That was recent.
He this big white dude.
Yeah, that was recent. That was just in the last few years.
I was like, what the fuck? He had a beard and shit. I was like,
When was it?
A lineman that
looked
ran
recent.
like 4.6 or something.
It was a big, huge white guy that ran like a sub 4.6 or something. It was ridiculous.
It's you get some of those physical freaks.
It's usually the guys that usually do that, linemen like that, are usually guys that played like tight end. They were like receiving tight ends, and then they got bigger to become a lineman.
Yeah.
So they have the athleticism.
Yeah.
And they're bulking up so that they can play lineman, because it's they got a better shot at getting drafted earlier.
Eisen has been doing it for 18 years.
Yeah.
His first year was a 6.77, and that's the worst.
Right.
His best one was 2016. He ran a 5.94.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that's lightning.
Yeah. Last year, so he has gotten a little bit worse the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I bet I could do a 7.
I think I could do a 7. Maybe.
I can do a 7.
Dude, I don't fucking even know.
I don't even know, honestly.
I'd have to.
My feet
really
are-
better warm up because I'm gonna get hurt.
My feet are jacked. I don't even know.
I probably couldn't, actually. I was just joking. I might be able to do a 9.
Maybe a 9. Yeah.
9 seconds.
Yeah.
I think you got
40
a 9. I think
40
you got a 9.
yards?
I think you got a 9
I
in
don't
you.
know. We'll see.
You
My
got a
legs
9
cramp
in
up
you.
for
40,
race.
is it 40 yards or 40 feet?
40 yards.
Okay, 40 yards.
Yeah, so 120 feet. That's far.
I think you could do it. I believe in you.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna be in the low 12s.
There was some pretty
Yeah,
impressive numbers last few days. It's
my vertical leap's probably about.
the cattle auction, if you will.
I think I got 13
Yeah,
13
yeah.
inch vertical.
That's all it
leap.
is. It's just a cattle auction. I don't care.
Livestock though.
I love watching it. My favorite.
Give me 10 now.
So it's an NFL
They had to bring one of
I
those
didn't see any
guys.
of the quarterback, so
They need to bring one of them guys in to announce it. 10 now, 29, 49, 29.
the only thing that sucks is a lot of the quarterbacks aren't doing anything at the combine. They're just doing, maybe some of their medicals and some of the cognitive tests, but half of them aren't throwing. Half of them aren't doing anything. Caleb Williams ain't doing shit. He's not doing his medicals, and he's not doing the cognitive, and he's not doing this. He's not doing anything, and he's gonna be number 1. So why even go to the combine? Why was he even there? He just showed up just not to do anything.
I agree.
I don't know. But JJ McCarthy looks.
Is he
thick.
doing interviews?
All I know is he wasn't doing any throwing and he wasn't doing any medicals.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll still do some interviews.
He's gonna wait for the pro day. It's like, yeah, you don't need to. You're number 1. You're going number 1.
Yeah.
Like there's no question who the number 1 pick will be unless something super drastic happens and all of a sudden they found out that he's a rapist and sells drugs to 5-year-olds or something.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they'll be like, well, you're gonna go number 2 now.
Yeah. Well, somebody will pick you up.
But JJ McCarthy was the funny one because they show him walking down the hallway at the Lucas Oil Stadium, and man, he got thick.
Dude, it's only been like fucking.
It's been 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, no, 7 weeks.
Got that pancake diet
219 pounds. He's put on 12 pounds since the national championship.
in the online fitness community. Pancake diet means steroids.
Yeah.
Pancakes, man.
Well, everybody thought he was kind of light already. He was just over 2. He looked lanky, and they thought that he could still keep his speed because he's pretty quick. But he could probably help himself out a little bit if he put on a little bit of weight. Maybe.
I think he's going in the first round.
I think he is now. I didn't think that a couple weeks ago, but
I kind of always did, but I just didn't know.
I really thought he should have stayed at school one more year.
Looking behemoth.
I think he could have stayed at school one more year, had a great year next year, and he could have been the number 1.
Yeah, I think somebody told him you need to go now, and he said okay.
This
maybe not though.
This
'cause
draft
he's
class,
he's pretty independent in his brain. He's not like somebody that. He's a pretty independent kid. He's smart. He's all into meditation and shit too.
I don't know the last time you saw, but when was the last time you saw potentially 6 quarterbacks in the first round? Because it's probably going to happen this year.
Yeah, I don't think ever.
3 out of the first 4 will be quarterbacks.
I don't think ever
3 out of the first 5, maybe.
6. The 1 year? What was the biggest year? It was 5.
Maybe. I don't even know. I can't remember. It's been so long. There was a few last year.
Was it the year that they? Man, there was a bunch of them that went.
Well, because the 1 year with Daniel Jones, there was a bunch that year.
Yeah, but I think there was like 4 or 5 that year. But like, was it?
If Bo
right,
Nix
so
can sneak into that first round, you'll have 6 this year.
Was the year that Goff came out? Was that the same year as Carson Wentz?
No,
that was the year after.
I think it was a couple years after. I thought Carson Wentz was 2012, 2013, and Goff was 16.
I thought it was maybe
I'm thinking of someone else.
No, Wentz was like 2015 or 2016.
Okay,
because they gave up a bunch to trade up for.
Let's see. Only one way to find out.
I can't remember now.
No, you're right. 2016. I'm sorry.
It was both of them.
Yep.
Because it was Goff, Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
That was the year that Jake Locker went.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Dude, there was like 3 or 4. There was 3 crappy quarterbacks that like went that year.
Well, all I know is it's going to be a weird year.
Yeah,
Lions have the draft here, and they may not even pick in the first round.
I'm fine with that.
I am too. Or they could trade up and trade high or draft high.
I'm fine with that. If there's somebody they want,
I think they're high on Kool-Aid, and I think
sure. And if they can jump up and grab him, they're going to do it.
I don't think they need to.
You think he's going to drop to 29?
I think because he's hurt. He couldn't participate at the combine, and who knows if he'll be ready for the pro day. Pro day's in 3 weeks.
He's hurt like that bad.
He has a fracture in his foot.
Crap!
A Jones fracture.
No, don't draft.
Which is named after Kevin Jones.
Don't draft it.
Well, I mean, why?
Not draft.
It's drafting those hurt guys maybe paid off for them. They get them.
I know.
But we'll see. It's gonna be a fun year. Happening in our town, NFL draft.
So, do you guys out there have any questions, comments, or confessions before we end this?
No, I just want to hear some Pestilence.
All right, we're gonna move on to Pestilence. You can find us at radiounderground.gay. radiounderground.gay. And this is Pestilence, Twisted Truth. And this is the first time I'm hearing them. The AI art, Pestilence, controversial
Sellouts.
band. Yeah. Let's see what this is about.